Shook the cobwebs, here's a joint to think on. Kinks gone, thoughts caught when the ink's drawn. Couldn't sink long, shrink spawn of the madness. When my brain rains, you soak it up like a cactus. Cause these rappers dry like summers in Damascus. Trying to enslave while we empower masses. Devour trash hits, I'm fresh as flower baskets. Happy as a drunk monk, chillin' brewing Trappist ale. But black males still pack a jail. Lots of combat contracts for weapon sales. So I make an album that is an amalgam of braggadocio and later thoughts from Malcolm X. Not a stretch, few words to get your pal strung. In a flash blast, dudes spewing cash cow dung. Listening to weak shit, I'ma ask how come. If I see your favorite rapper, he gon' have to bow, son. My true word to let it be told. My view, squinting through a peephole. Try to share it with the people. Hit it with the sunshine ray. My true word to let it be told. My view, squinting through a peephole. Try to share it with the people. Maybe we can breathe one day. Hit your specs with some picturesque pixels. More words going forward and less pistols. If we see your dollars in hand, yes, fistfuls, then we form a plan and attack like stressed pit bulls. All on Uncle Sam, so really it was the owner's fault. Bred us to be indebted, so fuck how much that Homer cost. Didn't get the message, it's the one time your phone is off. If you must know, I believe in us though. Just don't be broke spitting Raymond Tusk flow. Gusto, I got that in abundance. Verbally, here's a hard noogie for you munchkins. Boogie when I function, please, this is ease. Got so many gifts, 12 months I hang a reed. Think I heard a click right now to change the feed. Wake above your station, serving some chest cave-ins. When you've had enough, follow protocol and say when. My true word to let it be told. My view, squinting through a peephole. Try to share it with the people. Hit it with the sunshine ray. My true word to let it be told. My view, squinting through a peephole. Try to share it with the people. Maybe we can breathe one day.
Bruh. Can devs do something?
Hey, traders. Welcome to the stream. Good to see y'all on this Thursday where we've had some fall through. We had we know there was an eventful previous 48 hours with Bitcoin confirming a breakout with a bullish engulfing candle and, candle close. And then yesterday was the back test of the breakout as support, and wonderful to see fall through. Right. The old high, January 8th, you know it all too well here. But, I mean, you hit 44K, but have you hit 44.5 yet? 44.4? No. And that's another major level. As you can see on the daily right there, from January 12th, you're at it. You're trying to breach it. We're getting to some very interesting levels where the partial decline idea could become confirmed, and that means very high probability of a bullish breakout. But I think we just got a little bit further to go on that 4 hour, right? To be technical. Right there. I mean, you can see it clearly. It's a zone. You know, it's not going to be perfect. But we're just so close, man. So close. No breakout yet. I mean, so you had one breakout of a major inflection point from history. But you can clearly see when you get the 4 hour and you draw it up this way, it's still range bound. And you're nearing the top of that range. So what happened on the daily could manifest into really good things on the 4 hour here, where we actually do in fact break it. And you know the target. If we were really breaking this resistance zone upon us, 52 to 53K, easy. No question about it. Yep. So that's 4 hour daily. Good day today. Great day today. 3 day. Looking solid. Same type of breakout back test and follow through. Spectacular, man. Let's get 24 hours of insanity where it's just like a impulse candle up. Because remember, when Bitcoin decides its bottom is in, you only have 45 days to 60 days before the run, you know, before Bitcoin appreciates in value 60 to 100% in its own value, right? So these are great areas. This is like, these are, remember, cautiously optimistic. Getting more and less cautious. But when you're above 42K, there's nothing to even be cautious about it, because we know that that's the cutoff kind of, and you've just made the higher lows upon higher lows. So you're just optimistic now, and you're sitting in your swing trade position trades on whatever coin was showing the variables that you like the most, and we're waiting for moon soon. We're just, right? Patiently waiting. The stage is set. We've done everything that needed to be done. The last thing that remains is the massive impulse up. The crazy day, right? Or crazy days. All right, that's a big one, man. I was on Scott Carney's stream this morning. There were a little bit of internet issues, but he'll be on the stream in about like 10, 15 minutes or so from now. Just going into the beginning, making sure you're a little up to date on at least some of the crypto, right? I don't know. I won't be able to go across the markets, right? But here's Ethereum above 3,000, back testing those levels. And, in 48 minutes, you'll have your highest daily candle close since February 16th. For the first time since November, Ethereum on a daily time scale is making a higher high. It hasn't done that in months. And now you're about to confirm it again. We know the candle close yesterday. We identified that, but now you're about to get higher than the wicks, right, on the previous high. So that's wonderful. I still think, you want to break above like 3,250, 3,300. But we think that's coming. But based on the structural development, yep. You are now, oh my goodness, highest RSI of the year. Highest RSI you've seen on Ethereum on the daily since November 11th, man. These are big developments. Right, you couldn't break 60 first time. Had to get wrecked again. But now, after what happened, remember we were talking about, you rejected the bearish control zone. Now, once you sprung, you back tested the spring of that zone, which is incredible. And that was also bullish divergence locally. And that's all playing out. We said, I don't know the research on spring back test of springs of bearish control zones, but it seems like it'd be a really good thing. It's definitely a good thing. Here we are, many days later. What just happened? Oh, Bitcoin ticker, my bad. Yeah, let me do that real quick, okay? Urban Coffee. Hello.
Yesterday, the great Lord Ray hath spoken a pearl of wisdom yet again. Thou shalt not covet, unless you identify an aggregate of variables at a critical level on a chart. soon to be memorialized in NFTs worthy of His Majesty.
Yes, I guess. I don't know about that. I mean, was that the plan? We were gonna say that was gonna be NFT biblical or something, dude. Yeah, nice voice. Man, I should just start changing all my TTS to that one, man. Such soothing. People are just gonna tip to listen, right? I should just do my entire stream typing, and everything translates to that dude's voice, so you don't even have to hear my voice anymore. It's just his. Be wonderful. Bread stream 53K as per Crypto Hoarder. He was the one that declared it. Yep. Hey, it's Matthew D, man. What's up, dude?
Nice community.
Indeed it is. Indeed, man. These have been times that have tried our souls the past 8 weeks. But man, it goes further back than that. You know, where we were going all the way down. We're talking about the consolidation phase, the ups and the downs, the sideways market. God, kangaroo market. But now the optimism is accelerating above these key levels. We're above them. You'll see what happens, Larry. What's up, Dow Jones? Thanks for the 5, dude. Yeah, if you want to get your TTS in, you probably want to do it in the next 10 minutes. Because once Scott Carney comes on, we have to, you know, unless something crazy happens and I have time to do it, to turn the audio up, it's going to be harder to manage that because we'll just be muting the overlay. Just so it like doesn't interrupt and stuff, us talking, all that, right? So beautiful developments, Ethereum, Bitcoin. It's all these altcoins too, but Total tells a tale. Total's been broken out above all levels, and it just seems soon 2.2 trillion and beyond. One bottom, the second bottom, and even on the second bottom, you got the double bottom. What? Double bottomception. It's the exhibit meme. Yo, dog, I hear you like double bottom, so we put a double bottom within a double bottom. Nice. If all stays the same, you'll have the highest daily candle close since February 15th or 16th. What's going on here?
When are you going to actually show us an actionable setup that loser SRM you told me about gave some nice profit? Winking face.
I know, Adam, right? Not enough charts posted, not enough setups. I know, dude. Thanks for the £10 super chat. SRM. I don't know, man. Let Stevie Ray Mon. No, Seabridge. No, not Seabridge. SRM, the crypto S coin, I guess. Oh yeah, in Moon, dude. Yeah, cool. Like a lot, right? A lot of coins up today. S&P actually rallied some, but let's look at some notable gainers in crypto before we get going with Scott, man. All right, Hex. Remember we're talking about this is the lowest risk area. Well, it just happens to be the next day you're up 15% off that level, off that key support. Very nice. So good stuff, Hex. One of the top gainers today. Engine coin. It was beautiful. It was literally what dreams were made of. Falling wedge, pattern completion zone of a bullish shark, bullish divergence, held support. What else do you want? And then local double bottom. One low, second low. Unreal. Like just beautiful. I mean, massive upside on this. I mean, minimum, you're headed to $2 from here, most likely.
How often are fundamentals of an asset part of a trading plan? Are fundamentals part of your overall trend analysis?
I mean, stocks more so than crypto. Not really crypto. I mean, it's really hard to... Fundamentals, you know, they're all the same asset class. Now, fundamentals and equities, right? You think about, hey, what's going on, right? What's happening in the world right now? You know, cycles. Well, techs, well, there's no value in tech, but there's been all this value in all these energy names.
Hi, is this the Patreon? THX for SNDL.
Thank you, man. Smiley, thanks for the 50. Leroy Jenkins, minimum threshold. Yep. Yeah, Sundial. I was unreal, dude. It's like almost unbelievable how effing perfect it was. I didn't have Scott Carney coming on. I'd show you the timestamp. I did timestamp everyone in the Patreon and the education segment.
License and registration? Chicken fucker?
Glamour Probes tipped $59.58. No glamour coin analysis today. Chicken fair.
Thank you for the chicken fairs, Glamour Probes. Yeah, dude. No glamours today. Let's wonder who the person who was like shilling it like yesterday. One person like repented in the Discord today, which was mighty large of them, mighty big. That's incredible. It's seldom do you see that, man. People like take things to heart and they actually are like, you know what? I now understand a little bit more. And yeah, he was cool. He's in our Discord. He's chilling, man. I don't know about the other one though. The other guy was nuts. I think he's part of the development marketing team, you know. But who cares? Like, who cares what Glamour did? Because Glamour, ooh, wow, it went up today, man. Guess what? All these other coins did. They all went up too, and they were showing actionable longs. Right? We want to go to the table with an edge. You don't have an edge just randomly longing an S coin that just dumps, okay? And that's the whole argument. That's what we're talking about. All right, so Engine Coin, Sol, it broke out. It broke out yesterday of this little falling wedge, and is near a pretty major level, a neckline of potential double bottom. I think if Bitcoin's running and all these other assets are running, Sol's going to 124, 130. Uni's up, wow, it's at session highs right now, but only after hitting that pattern completion zone of the bullish butterfly. It's rallying. It's probably going to $13, $14. Next resistance. Let's go to the big names real quick, and then we're just gonna be omitting the across the markets today, just because Scott Carney's on. But yeah, gold and silver, nice days. Here's BNB trying to make a higher high. Hadn't made a higher high since November, so working on that. You're right around there. I think y'all feel a lot more comfortable about this asset when it gets above 430. But if Bitcoin's really breaking out for real, dude, it's not a joke, then you're going to see 500 eventually on BNB. Yep. XRP, pretty flat today. That's okay. I don't know. And this is the one you're in it. You're sitting in it. You're long. You're waiting for Moon. Moon has not come, really. You held the Eurasian step zone. So anytime you hold the Eurasian step zone, you go to possible Moon afterwards or something. All right. Still looks great. Where are the bids? Where's the freaking impulse candle? It should be coming. I mean, everything's set. Everything's happened except the massive impulse up. Okay, Luna. Get a Luna real quick.
My boy Jarsky was recently injured in a horrific harmonica accident. Can you give him a shout out? Ty, love you, Jester.
A harmonica accident, dude. Thank you, dude, for the $4.99. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry about Jarsky, dude. But remember, did he? He must have gone short at a PCZ, right? That's how you get in harmonica accidents, right? Or a harmonic accident is when like a bullish harmonic presents itself and a type 2 return and you short it there. That's a harmonic accident, okay? That's when you get wrecked. When you just literally ignore the variables staring at you. Yeah, don't get in harmonica accidents, dude, all right? Thank you. So, we're going through, and then Luna, yeah, sorry, we were looking at Luna and then I just switched over. Luna, yeah, I don't know, it's higher risk. The upside could be more limited based on where it is. But at the same time, what an outperformer, what a beast cannot be denied yet. And it very well could be, man. Again, this is a continuation momentum play, and you're paying premium. Stare me in the eyes right now. If you bought Luna, you're paying premium, but that's okay. You know full well why you'd be paying premium, because what an outperformer. It's such a different chart than most others on this market. And if it breaks $100, man, 120, 140, 160, your 3 targets. All right. That's it. So those are your big coins, and I'm going to put on my headphones now. Just give me a sec. Sorry. Healer. Oh my god, dude. Hi. Alright, I'm gonna see what he says. I'll be ready. I'm just gonna go ahead and call him and see what happens.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, it's Go Garden, man. What's up?
All right.
Mitch
hold
Ray,
on,
check
let me
out
get
those
this
financiers
set
when
up
it's
now.
time.
Hopefully, I won't lose a connection.
Yeah, that was unfortunate today. It was the two-time connection loss.
Yep.
But you know, worst case scenario here, we just get you back on when you get back, and you can go LT. I think you had to do that last time or one of the past times, so it's all good.
Yep. Actually, still a great day, and doing what it should do. Above 44. Bitcoin, that's all it needed to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hanging out, you know. It's about to be 8 hours of indecision. I love that. It's so strong. Just for now, I mean, that's just implying on the 4 hour that the market participants who purchased this asset to push the price up still own it, right? It's still valid, engulfing. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, just looking at the wave, it's just like, you think a pullback? Is it just going to rally like this and just go straight up? Or, I mean, what's going to happen when we reach this 44.4, 45K top of the range?
You might just stagger. You might just go sideways and pause it, you know, for a little breather. But where we are right now with the terminal bar and the daily close, you know, I just think you're going to probably do a little stair step up, but I don't think this is where you would expect this to pull back. I just think maybe a pause, because you're at 3 levels of you're at 3 levels of resistance from the beginning of the year, basically challenging every prior peak for 2022 to try to get above 44, 45. Here we are again. But you have a whole bunch of things behind it that you didn't have before.
Yeah, like the potential partial decline. And
yeah, I mean,
rectangle.
I mean, the last 3 months of just going sideways after the long decline from November to December, again, where the time thing, as you're going through the stuff and the patterns are forming, it can be brutal. I mean, it can just seem like it's not doing much at all. But then, you know, you start to get a surge, you start to make progress like we saw today when we were talking this afternoon. Those are the early signs that I think are huge and can tell us before it even happens that this is the place to be looking for bigger things. And, you know, as I was saying today, I was pretty hyped today, but was serious about it because of the relative position of what's happened. And then you look across the board, across the whole crypto landscape with all the big patterns, especially the altcoins that got decimated and took two months to go sideways, and now they're doing stuff.
Decimated just right, though. Only losing 88% of their value. You know, right? Like, they just happen to be developing double bottoms at these 88% retraces, or just the completion zone of the M shapes. Yeah, just constantly. I mean, it's like Bitcoin itself did that, though, right? I mean, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they did this. I know it may not be valid, but it's still an M shape. Doesn't have to have a name. It's just a wave, right? It's the wave structure. And Ethereum too. Ethereum with its own little wave structure, and it's type 2 return, and the supply line broke, and I guess you back tested it. And now you're above all these key levels. It's so good, man. It's like just we're on the cusp of something great. Massive rally.
For me, you formed the 2 lows. You're trying to get some kind of W formation out of there, and you didn't go to new lows. You didn't roll over down. You just flipped the chart up, the chart over. But
right, it's like so bearish. Ugh.
Yeah, that would look ugly if that was the bearish chart. But
yeah,
that's the kind of the big thing here, where you have a lot of things behind it. You know they're there. That's why it's so significant. And then these little formations that at least stop the damage and then start the rebuild lead to bigger things. And that's what, even if you're going to go just retest the all-time high, well, there's another 886.
Yeah.
Why
It's
not?
like, yeah, if you can't make yields on a wave up like that, and I mean, you probably can't at all. So, yeah, there are times, and these waves, you make your money, and you can take profit at these tops, these 886s. But let's be real. I mean, just looking at the weekly, it's very possible. Hey, we might break it this time. I mean, geez.
But if this is the start of a new cycle, so my thought is that what are the ones that went from 20 or 30 back to 3 and are now going to go to 60 or 100. You go back a year ago where it was Luna, where it was Solana. A lot of those were single digit, $5, $10, and they might still go, but what are the ones that are going to do it now in this, if we're going to enter this next news cycle, which I kind of think we are, at least for next few months? What are the ones that are going to run on that kind of a scale that could go, do that kind of a thing, a multiple 1, 2, 3 to 10, 20 in this kind of environment? Bitcoin will go up. Maybe it'll make a run after it gets to 50 or so. Maybe it'll try to run to all-time new highs by the end of the year. I don't know, but I think there's a lot of air for altcoins to get moving again. And yeah, I don't know what's HNT.
It's a miner. I don't know. Like, I actually got a helium miner in my office. My brother-in-law came over. It's his, and I let him mine here. But it's really cool. It's like, just the more miners in an area, the greater the yield is. I don't really understand it that much, but I think it's cool. And he could probably tell you better than me. But I think the technicals are just unbelievable. Like, they're so impeccable, right? The spring back test of spring with the hammer and follow through, and I just think you're upside, man, and you double from here. I think you can legit double, and you get that. And that when you double in price, you're hitting a 78-88% retrace. It's just a long-term uptrend, and a very bullish, large structure in the uptrend, right? Bullish patterns and bullish trends are reliable and can outperform. So far, it's been reliable. Hasn't quite outperformed yet, but I'm thinking if the cycle's real, if we really are about to make a new massive wave up, then I think HNT could double. There's so many, dude. Like, look at like H-bar. Oh my God, it broke out.
Yeah, look at that.
2 days ago or so. It's so clean, and you can just clearly see your levels. I mean, doubling in price. H-bar being just running up to the top of its range again. The conservative top, right? Not even the top. I mean, you're talking like it's 22 cents now. Well, the target's 40 cents. So, that's almost doubling.
Yeah, it's just going to be a matter of time until it clears out of that low support,
Yeah,
which they're all doing.
Yep. Just about. I mean, like, dude, what about XRP? I know everyone talks crap about XRP, and you can, because it's so far away from, this doesn't have all the data, but it's not even close to its all-time high, right? And never really got too close. I think, like, let's see, even if it just goes to reasonable 786, 886, it's going up, doubling. Yep, 100%. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about double up across a lot of these assets, right? For their major targets. Not even talking about if they pull a crypto. What is pulling a crypto? Breaking above your previous highs and going to fib extensions and maybe beyond 2618s, right? That's like the stuff that what we teach in trading with, like, just normal targets, traditional targets. You hit them in normal market conditions, but sometimes these little bull trends turn into something insane where they go parabolic, and then all of a sudden, like, reasonable profit taking levels in normal conditions, you start being like, oh man, like, if you get into a FOMO situation, everyone might start talking crap about traditional targets, being like, dude, he posted these targets and they tripled, quintupled from there. Bull crap, man. And it's like, well, what about all the other market conditions, that aren't FOMO anomalies, right? Where maybe this cycle or this part, when we have our new wave up, Maybe XRP goes to 236. Maybe it goes to 286. That's extreme anyway. Because, I mean, just if, your normal market conditions, you're looking at 786, 886, 100%. And maybe a 1272. But crypto is notorious for going to 2618s and maybe even higher. So you just can't fathom it right now because we're in normal market conditions. But that can change. And you'll see the crazy Moon Boys will be back with their stupid price predictions,
Funny you say that. I saw somebody he's got several 100,000 subscribers. He does a crypto thing every day. And I just saw something earlier today with a clickbait title, Luna to like 60,000 or something crazy. And we don't need to do that. I mean, that's something
So
on this
stupid.
next cycle. Yeah, that we really, for what we do, for true measurement, I gotta say that I think there's just the general take is to do a hodl and then throw out some crazy number and Bitcoin 1 million, whatever. But how many opportunities are you gonna have in between there? And we're seeing that now. A lot of those guys were sucking wind about 3 months ago and had no clue where the market was going as it was starting to stabilize. Now things like XRP, they've been showing us this fat pattern for a few months, did the secondary retest. Now we know we've got something, of serious technical structural significance that, as you said, even some of those measured levels are insane moves. We don't need to say XRP going to 10 or 20. I can say XRP going to 250 or $3, and that's still going to be a hell of a move.
Yeah, you have like an argument based on Fibonacci. 250 is around the 1414. Okay, that'd be pulling a crypto. If it was pulling just a normal market condition, then yeah, maybe 150, 180 to $2. That's where you'd be aiming for if you were on on the stock market with the setups like this. But this is crypto, and crypto gets nuts, and you get out of normal market conditions, and you have this small window of psycho price action sometimes where it almost makes like where everyone's winning, that whole, oh yeah, dude, let's look at the 15-minute chart. Oh, look, dude, it's a coupled handle on 15-minute, and it plays out, because it only goes up, and everyone's a genius in those market conditions. And so, I don't know, like just these cycles, man. You have it starts with a good trade setup, but then it becomes insane. Then it goes crazy, and it's like, damn it. Well, you can't really say you're buying at areas of value anywhere, once it starts going insane. But I guess we'll look for continuation trades. We aren't going to find trade setups like we're staring at on XRP right now later in this cycle if this is real. It's a real breakout.
Definitely. I mean,
250 days.
Setups you want. You want these setups. These are the setups that lead to the bigger moves without even needing to do some kind of moonshot, because you're already positioned there after a massive fat 886, a 10, 12 month 886 reset with the bat, retest it, type 2, perfect type 2. I mean, that's a perfect type 2 right there.
Long-term uptrend, the context is beautiful, holding inflection zones as support, multiple times. It doesn't get much better than this. Even if it failed, that's what people don't get. Like, even if it failed, you can't say this wasn't a lower risk, amazing opportunity based on everything that's taught, right? So, probabilities. But I mean, dude, it's like all over this place. Like, dude, it's almost like every single one you could look at, and it's similar. Let me just, one of the sexiest ones, I'm just going through. We look at these every day. I mean, Tron's just like H-bar in ways. Like, look at this thing, man. You want to talk about insane? H-bar and Tron, even in the worst conditions, they still looked great. I mean, think about the upside on this. Tron could double in value too. Like, that's pretty much your aggressive targets on Tron, is literally doubling in price from where you are right now.
Yeah, and it's that secondary low that really stabilizes it on the pattern. And that's the thing also about patterns. Listen, if we can identify them and we're right and we're in the zone there and they set up and go, it's like a mechanical process where after that pattern completion consolidation, you have to go to target 1, target 2. It's kind of part of the reaction mechanism where you just need to be in the zone. And you're in the zone, you let the time unfold the way this has. I mean, it's, again, sometimes harmonic patterns seem like they move in slow motion, like they're not working out. But after you give them enough time, sometimes they do take more time. When you get there, then you finally resolve the whole thing. And you look in hindsight, you say, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. But it's, it comes down to these little movements, these little confirmation signals in the zone that end up being your big trigger, your big kind of harbinger of what's to come.
2 months, dude. Yeah, just it doesn't look like it, right? Looking at this daily chart, but that's 2 months. 2 months of data right there. Symmetrical triangle down here at the pattern completion zone. So it's, yeah, you can be tested. For sure. We just keep going. I mean, I can just keep
Phantom like that.
FTM.
Yeah.
Is FTM similar? I haven't really.
They all did huge runs and spiked. The ones that spiked in November or January have come back now. They're doing retests of whatever the spike was.
I didn't like Phantom as much because of the lower low it made from the December low, where you have many that are making the higher lows from those same lows. What was it? I mean, Atom is similar to me to Phantom, but Atom is a better performer because it never made, I don't think, a lower low. So
that had a big Gartley, I think, on for Cosmos. There's that shark there is pretty nice. Again, you should get a reactive move off of there.
You see what I'm saying? Like Atom made the higher low, and then FTM made the lower low. So this is a better performer. So I think like on the way up, it would perform better than FTM. That's just, maybe not, but that's just kind of, if you have finite amount of money and you want to, you're just like, how do we pick out performers? You just got to go with percentage pullbacks relative to previous lows, and this one is breaking it. Look at it. It's like, this level right here, this high from April 15th. And it's so perfect. It's the holy grail. Because your type 2, look how high it is. I mean, the type 2 is back testing a spring. What? That's super powerful. Because there's so much demand. The asset, or the market participants of the asset cannot push the price down for a double bottom confirmation. It's a much higher low, and it's just old levels. So you're about to have your highest daily candle close since March 9th, which is a little wild. I mean, that's like, 2 weeks. But I think getting a candle close above that high from...
That's huge, actually. That little movement is huge.
What we're doing today, or?
Yeah, this candle close right now for Cosmos is going to be massive above that 29, whatever that is.
It's like a continuation candle.
Yeah.
I'm about to confirm it. We got 18 minutes till that happens. Wonderful. But yeah, that, so there were some that are just like, tons of them just look the same, right? Oh yeah, they all lost 88% of their value from their June lows, right? Bitcoin lost 88% of its value from these June lows, right? Ethereum lost 78% of its value from those June lows if you go with a candle close. So a slightly outperforming asset, Ethereum, from Bitcoin. But then you go to Atom, and I already did this like a few days ago, but from this low to high, it only lost 61% of its value. So you're talking about 2 fib node blocks, right, away. This was Bitcoin, this was Ethereum, this is Atom. So if Bitcoin's turning around at 886, and this is turning around at a 618, I would, as a betting man, I'd probably want to go with the outperformer on the way down, because what we know about performance on the way down, outperformance on the way up, right? Maybe,
Yeah, I think that's in a nice position where we will go back and we will look at these charts 6 months from now when crypto market is higher. You're going to look back on your daily and weekly retracements, and where did they launch from? Did they launch from a 618 retracement? Like if Atom's doing a daily, weekly 618 retracement, will it eventually do a crazy 1618 breakout when it cracks above all-time new highs? I mean, that's kind of the rationale of how to look at those longer-term moves that have been able to hold up. Yeah, so I mean, that's not a crazy thought to
no
think
way.
of.
It's not crazy at all.
Another extension breakout later this year.
100% upside. Yep, there's one. This is probably one. You know, you were talking about earlier, and I started like going through some charts, and this is one that, yeah, which one's gonna break to all-time highs? I mean, why not? I mean, it's just the trend is so bullish. It only makes higher lows.
Maybe Cosmos is one of these that goes like Solana did, or Luna did, or one of these that goes from 20 to 60 or 80. This kind of feels like Solana before the big move last year.
Let's see, Sol.
So
and Sol broke out too of its own little structure. It wasn't in a good spot though. Like, I just think they were better. Where is it? Yeah, right here. It's up 8%. My God, look at this thing. It was beautiful though. Beautiful little wedge.
yeah,
But yeah. Like, look, yeah. You think Sol? Oh man, it started with a type 2 return of a bullish bat, kind of alternate bat. You know, that very strong. You're holding support to support. That's why H&T. I think H&T is so good because it's doing very similar stuff to Sol kind of right now. But yeah, there's gonna be outperformers. There's gonna be kings.
that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the 618. You know, looking back, when you look back at what kind of retracement that was before the major launch, Solana was a big 618 before it did its next leg up. No, I'm saying preceding that. You know, go.
Oh yeah.
To the left. But you got it. I mean, it's they're not the ones that did not do a full 886. Okay, those are going to be the ones that they set up and go. They're going to probably be more the continuation candidates versus maybe your S coins that are just kind of going grinding or starting to try to get off the floor at the all-time 886. They might take more time. They may be a little more erratic, but yeah.
FIL right here.
I don't know if I touch that, but
it's such a bad performer. Even if it does perform, if it rallies, there are going to be other assets that outperform this because they're just better. They're showing accumulation. This is all-time lows right here. You're below support. I mean, it's the same thing with like me trash talking like Jasmine or Glamour Coin or whatever, just because it's like, dude, they're just dumping, man. They're their lowest prices, and you got other assets that aren't doing that. So why would I put my money that's finite into something that is underperforming the macro? I'm looking for assets that are outperforming the macro, and we know what outperformance, underperformance is based on using Fibonacci tool, right? The anchoring. What we just did with talking about Bitcoin at 886, Ethereum 786, Atom 618. You know, any 50% anywhere from those June lows? Because think about this. Oh, great! This is a great example of like on the other side of the coin where you've got Bitcoin lost 88% of its value, right? But this is the same low. From this low to the high, like we did with Bitcoin or Atom or Ethereum, this one lost 127% of its value from the same low we would anchor on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So massive underperformer. Massive. So you wouldn't touch these even if they go up. It doesn't mean TA sucks. I can't believe you would talk crap about FIL and it rallied. It's like, do you understand that the macro is rallying too and all these altcoins are continuing to outperform, and this one rallied only because of that? It wasn't because FIL was some awesome asset. People just get misconstrued, and then they try to take it as a time to, you know, laugh at me talking crap about these coins. It's weird, dude.
Listen, you got to think about where the money's going to go. You think people are going to stick whatever into that after that kind of performance when there's probably, you know, 500 other charts that are tradable that have better trends than that?
There are, yeah. And
it's relative position.
Yeah, then you've got ones that are like not as bad as this. What are they doing? It's like there are these categories, right? It's weird. This is like a major scrub loser, but then you've got that middle of the pack scrub too, kind of like VeChain and Chainlink.
I like VeChain.
Yeah, hold on. I'm go to it. I'm just looking for it. Let me just put this alphabetical order. It's annoying. VeChain. Okay, VeChain doing things. Yeah, so it from its same low to high, it lost 113% of its value. So not as bad as FIL. They lost 127%. Not as good as Bitcoin. Bitcoin only lost 88% of its value. So an underperformer to the macro since June and July. But still, nevertheless, Wonderful looking setup right here, right? I mean, this is solid. Momo shift, divergence, cracking back above a critical 5.5 cent area. This could double in price, easy. That would be the target, right? If you're long chain link, you don't take any profit till your position doubles, or almost doubles. I don't know, 5.5. Where are you at right now? I mean, it's really cracking that support. 70%. You don't take profit till your position has increased in value 73 to 80%, because that's the next level of inflection. So this is like, see, there are better assets than VeChain. There are better assets than Chainlink, which is identical. It's like the same composite man on this as VeChain. I would rather go with the higher, wouldn't you? I mean, like, just logically thinking here about harmonics, wouldn't you rather go with a higher low harmonic that is outperforming the macro versus an asset that is slightly marginally underperforming the macro? I don't know,
That's surprising on Chainlink was supposed to do a lot more than it's done, for sure.
Portnoy ruined it, dude.
What's that?
Dave Portnoy ruined it, man. Kind of. Remember the Barstool Sports guy? Yeah. But it's just like you ask the question, do you want a 113? But, it's still an 886 from this low from September of 2020. But nevertheless, underperforming. And again, you look at this one, and then you look at this one. All right, from the same lows. That is like, it's just education on performance. And it's like you see here that like buyers and participants of the market, like they defended an area that kept you making higher lows than your previous discernible major lows. So you would think XRP is a tremendously better asset to own because of that, just using critical thinking, than Chainlink or VeChain. Even though maybe they just start catching up or something, I would rather go with accumulation arguments on 886s, 786s versus 113s and 1272s and 1414s, right?
I agree with that. Absolutely. I agree with that. Oh, wait, what's this? He's getting blood. Wants to hop.
What did he say?
Trace back in the pattern. So, he's asking about pattern failures. How to know when when a pattern fails.
Yeah, you could go into that if you want to.
And I that probably need to look at how it acts in the zone. Actually, we're looking at a number of examples that are responding to zones, so they're not failing. And the thing about looking at a first test, second test, goes a long way to knowing when the pattern has a secondary confirmation, where this is what we have currently. I think a lot of people are looking for that immediate kind of first test, hit the pattern, and then becomes a home run trade. And then they're trying to assess the stop loss based on a singular point, when the better setups are things where you have the consolidation and you have confirmation structurally, and then you go. So you complete the pattern. Yeah, that's the snap. That's more of like the...
What are you going to do, man? Yeah, it was COVID crash stuff. But still,
that's a tough one.
Yep, you can't... Yeah. It's like, you'll never get the confirmation. Sometimes it happens. I think it's not very common, though. Like, for real. I mean... Yeah, these are cool, but if you're disciplined, you might miss them. That's okay, though, because there are other assets that did type 2 back then. They were doing other things. But yeah, you're looking for stuff like, look at NVIDIA, man. I mean, it was specimen. It's the Jesus, man. Up 10% today. You kidding me? But look how it started. This was like a trade setup.
Oh, yeah. I remember you talking about this, 3 months ago, 2 months ago.
February 24th.
Lined it up, and then
it was there. I mean, but like,
then you have your secondary test, and that's the take a look point, and now see what you had today. Beautiful follow through, which is exactly where we are. We're probably 7-8 sessions behind where NVIDIA is now on the Bitcoin chart. And we're just about to do that breakout above some prior highs, above the downtrend. And that's the kind of continuation you should see on Bitcoin. Exactly.
Yeah, you got 158 days of structural development here, and then Bitcoin was 250. So Bitcoin's a way larger structure. But this one's like Luna, though. This is almost an identical chart to Luna. Isn't that crazy? How does that work? I mean, like, what? It's like the same people that own NVIDIA are like making the market on NVIDIA are making the market on Luna. Dude, it's the same thing. Same effing thing.
Yeah. That Luna, the Gartley there, that could end up being a powerful continuation Gartley.
It probably is.
In that long-term uptrend. Yep.
Just hanging out. When Bitcoin takes a breather, Luna's going to like run the show. Once it breaks $100, dude. It's like probably absorption of remaining supply and overwhelming demand preventing the bearish engulfing candle from going anywhere. I mean, it's just like extremely powerful, and it's in its own world, like its own league from all these other coins. Nothing in crypto, unless you could find something. I haven't found anything scanning that looks close to Luna in performance.
Yeah, and that's doing just the pause. You know, you were asking me when we started what happens now with such a strong first move in Bitcoin. Luna is doing exactly what it should do. You just kind of grind higher, and you just kind of click every bar steadily higher, and start to form that new uptrend, and then get ready to go for your next leg.
Yeah, it's like hyper cup with handle, man. So strong. Yeah, dude, it's like, it's just hard to believe there's nothing that really looks like this in crypto. Nothing. It's such a homogenous market, but then you just got this outlier here. But dude, then it's just like, you know, you look at this, and then you go to something like ONT that did the inverse of Luna, right? Look where it had to go. It had to go to the lowest price kind of ever. I know there was that one low COVID crash, but that was an anomaly. Beyond the COVID crash low, liquidity crunch, it's never gone down to those levels, and probably never will, especially if it holds here. I mean, but you talk about lowest risk areas ever, even on an underperformer. But what I love about ONT is like the fact that we know without a doubt, the historical price action is, oh, you'll double in price if you hold 43 to 50 cents, you'll double in price with no doubt. Like, it's gonna happen because the price has only gone straight up or straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. And I'd say it a million times, right? You can see it. I mean, you know the target's $1 here. That's it. So, what do you do? What do you do? Do you buy an asset like this, which is amazing and this would be super smart to try it, to give it a shot because you know how you can strategize your stop loss and take profits, or do you buy at premium on Luna because you missed out on the Gartley or something and you're just sitting at near all-time highs? I mean, what do you do there, man?
I think you'll get a pullback. I mean, you'll get something on Luna, like I would monitor Luna on a 60-minute for a little bit of a pullback. You're not going to go much below 100 or 90 on Luna, and that might give you something on a shorter time frame. These kind of things are more of the double, triple altcoin kind of surging moves that you look at the last 3-4 reactive rallies, which all they were, but they were huge percentage moves within what?
65 days. 48 days. Let's see. Another one. Oh, dude, every time. It's like, it's 2 months. You have 2 months of prosperity, then it's over. So it's just like, all right, someone set their clock, set their timer or their calendar, exit ONT trade in 60 days. Pretty much. Not really.
Yeah,
but,
limit sell half the position up at one of those targets conservatively for a quick double.
Yeah, it would just take a couple months. I don't know, that takes a minute, but my God, if you can double your position in 2 months, if you think that's bad, you're so spoiled. You need to go get out of crypto and go, well, I mean, even before, I don't know, things have changed with all this massive amount of liquidity, even on stocks, but there was a time for like ever that this stuff like never happened. Oh, you've doubled your money in this short period of time. Unheard of. Just anomaly, crazy stuff happening. Now it's kind of, these meme stocks happening more often on the stock market. But yeah, so
I think it's still early before we get mad running in the crypto space again, but you're looking for these kind of areas that are way depressed. These are all depressed, super depressed. This is overdone to the downside. It's just now a matter of when are you going to get out of that hole and start to have a flood of money go back in for a speculative run. These kind of moves that's what that's all about. Other things like Ethereum or Solana might get a little more continuation, so you got to wait and see.
Look at this. I mean, how spectacular is DIA? DIA. And your target's doubling in price, pretty much here. I mean, imagine if you break $1.02, where you're just sitting at it. You're just right at it.
Yep.
I mean, stage is set, chat. I mean, please don't come back here when DIA is at $2 and be like, should up by now? Which many people will. It's going to be a joke, dude. It's going to be pathetic. It's going to be sickening because it's almost a slap in the face to all of us that sat through this market the past 8 weeks and waited and waited and waited. And then they're going to show up after we've been screaming, opportunity is here. It is here. Hello. And they don't care. They're not here right now.
I think we're going to get, you got the next week basically recovering the damage from the month, the quarter. And again, that's, you know, that's another one. Yeah, that's another one. That's a good one.
Yeah, and then
Chili's
is unreal. It's like unbelievable how good it is. Potentially, it's potential upside from here. It's over 100%.
Yeah,
it's 160% upside.
With that second bottom now, and I mean, look at your RSI is a whole different spot than it was 30 days ago. I mean, 30 days ago, you didn't have this kind of stabilization. Now you do.
Look at you, you're at 60. You're like right at, you're starting to crack into the bullish control zone. So good. Yeah, man, there's so much opportunity on this market. Now, you know, it does take a little time to find it because there are ones that are just dog crap. Like, I think Bake is one, or Cake. Look at this. Bake, man. Awful, right? Like, it just, why would you, even if it reverses here, why would you ever buy it, you know?
Yeah, that's one I'm not really too crazy about something like that. I mean, there are better ones, clearer ones, especially the ones that are just sitting right on. You've got a clear 886 measurement or bat pattern.
Look at this. This is a CVC Civic coin. God.
There you go.
Like, what the, you know, like completes the at the inflection point and does it twice. And the second time just happens to be the Jesus perfect, right? Just touched it, right? Like just, and the bullish hammer, like you have like the bullish hammer that back tests the spring, and now look at you. And your upside, see it 60 cents eventually if this actually plays out. So nice.
Yeah, that's what you want. Those are more of the altcoins that I'm talking about, and you don't know which one really, which altcoins are going to make massive moves. I think you're going to have to be patient no matter what, because we could get some breakout thrusts and it still take months to really get out of here. But again, you got most of the structural positioning there that you need. I would just line up a bunch of these that look like that and have a lot better structural kind of bottoming behavior or formations than some of the other obvious ones that are just, you know, floundering, and you know, separate them. Like I think someone said some of those metaverse stocks like Mana and Sand and Rune.
Oh, Sand is awesome because it was a sand wedge.
Yeah,
because you know, sand wedge like golf. It was a pun. It was a meme, and it's broken out. Like, look at that. I mean, it had the M2. It's kind of a type 2-ish. I mean, if you go to the 4 hour, you could probably see it. Not really that discernible. The daily, it's really close.
And there's an ABCD right off the top, the all-time top, which is a really great sign if you go off of the
You're talking about the
last year's
from this low.
Last year's all-time high.
Oh well. Oh, A, B, like that.
Yeah, just right off the top. A, and then your B point is
50.
No, the B point was last
oh, gotcha.
November. Just the ABCD right off the top.
C.
For Sand.
Type 2 return. That's definitely a type 1 and 2.
1 and 2. And so the thought is if that's a big ABCD correction on the daily for Sand and you have a secondary retest, which you do, usually that's a continuation structure within the long-term uptrend where you'll get another wave going off of that low. So
yeah, and it was outperformer too. It didn't do a full reset. It didn't go to the 886. It never even went down to touch that freaking low from November 10th. You know, just above the 200-day moving average. You know,
just hit a new day,
Oh yeah, Jesus Chops. Jesus Chops. We did it, man.
And yeah, we did.
Let's go back to it for a sec, because it's your logo on the 8s, of course. Highest daily candle close on Bitcoin since March 2nd. All right. 22 days, 3 weeks, 3-week highs. But just another day above 42K. And that is spectacular. Like, I feel really good anytime Bitcoin sustains any price above $42,000. I know we got 44K looming, but I don't think it's look, every time, right, in this context, I think every time you're hitting resistance, it's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. Every time you hit the resistance, you sell off. The buyers relent, but new buyers come in at a higher low than previous low. So it's like this. We've got the psychology of the acidic triangle going on Bitcoin, and here it is pictured right there. I mean, this is the way you kind of look at it. Or you could look at it. And you're both, I mean, to me, I think that's the big one, 42K. But I know 45K. But I think next time we see it, man, you're probably breaking it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've got a few things there. That 200-day moving average is that's just ripe to be nicked easy. There's just a lot of minimum targets where this kind of thrust breakout that's about, I think it's going to happen. It's going to happen this week, and I think it'll flow through into early April. That, you know, you've got obvious upside targets that you want to just kind of hit those levels on this thrust move. And I think, again, that's 46, 48, 50, and then we'll see.
There's your 100% measured move right there. It takes you almost freaking 56K. My God. But we know that, like Wulkowski's research talks about, most of the time, the assets are only getting to about 70% of their measured move, not 100%. But in this situation, based on context, I don't know why it would stop at 56K. There's literally, it's never done that. So I would think that it would just go on up and test that high from February 20th, 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in really good shape here. Okay, so let's see. And just looking at Ethereum on the new day, another great close, highest daily candle close you've seen since February 16th. That's a higher. I mean, that's better than Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin was just like the highest price we had seen since March. This is the highest since February. I mean, that's like 5 weeks plus. And again, we made our first higher high since November. So that's really significant stuff, seeing that. You want to hang out with Scott Mitch? Oh, sorry. Yeah, you are hanging out with us, dude. Sorry, someone in the chat was saying they want to hang out with us. So it's happening right now.
We're hanging out.
Yeah.
Grab a beer. Let's go.
So, wait, do you have a beer?
Not yet, but I might have a little.
If you have a beer, I'll have a beer.
Might have something a little stiffer tonight. Might have a little doers on some rocks.
Okay.
Possibly.
In the preemptive celebratory drink. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we gotta celebrate. My God, we've been in this
8 weeks
crypto malaise for how many months?
Oh well, if you're talking about since the top, my God, it's November 11th or something. So stupid. It's been like, awful, man.
This is probably the biggest move, the breakout move since last January, and can be on par with the last two breakout moves we've seen last January and last, what was that? July and January. You know, where you've got some structural moves, and that's the GBTC.
Yeah, I think the GBTC is amazing, dude. I actually posted a trade setup on this on February 25th, and I know it hasn't really gone anywhere, but dude, it's just like, I think my reasoning was sound on this. You know, it bounced off that level, and I'm like, okay, that's the signal. The stop was just marginally below, right? You can see it just below that peak from December 3rd of 2020. Because look at how perfect, right? And again, it was spring back to spring, but that's like what it's done since then is right? It never went back down there. It never touched that ever again. So, you know, you got to the entry. If you needed, you had plenty of time to get in on this, even at a lower price. But look, as it's begun to take off, and you're thinking 38.70, which is, I think, your old all-time high, maybe. Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't show up. 38. Yep, all-time high from 2017. That would be your first target, and then your second targets, right? 48.67. And then 53.66, which if these are happening, I mean, this target, that's like 69K Bitcoin, 64K probably, and then this is I think 53K maybe, something like that. But yeah, I think it showed kind of like an easier to digest trade setup than Bitcoin, like where I knew like where I could enter here. Like Bitcoin was kind of wasn't really hitting formal supports when it was bottoming out. Though it did hit the 886 perfectly, it wasn't doing something so technically perfect as the GBTC chart. I know it's weird though, right? It's weird.
But it's funny how this crypto moves, because it does a real defined thrust up, throwdown correction, consolidation phase, and then you go again. And it's a fairly clean kind of cycle chart that it puts in there, where once you do those pivot bottoms, it's especially the double bottoms, they tend to run and go into a new move. And that's what, you know, early in the stages here, but you're on the cusp of breaking out to do another thrust move. You could compare it to the last 2 or 3 runs.
And it's crazy that like you've got crypto looking good, but then you also got what else looking good again, right? What we knew was now in an uptrend, it's pretty much a dollar cost average market. Gold, right? Gold. How about that freaking bat, man? The Momo bat. I called it a Momo bat just because it didn't like top out and then sell off and then create itself. It was just kind of like part of the wave. It was just perfect. I mean, I posted a trade setup on this thing thinking like 1921. It's kind of like if it's holding that, you're solid for more upside, and it's rallied. But now it's at 1963, which is just another resistance from early November of 2020. I mean, this could take it to all-time highs, don't you think?
Yeah, and I think the other thing to keep in mind is, okay, we spent all last year talking about money, printer goes burr, you know, and was that going to stop? What were they going to do? What was going to be that influence on the chart? No. And if anything, it's probably continued, even though they've done a nominal move on rates. So this is, you got to remember, when they did this, when QE was brought in initially after financial crisis, so 2011, 2013, things seemed to be getting kind of sluggish, but the amount of money that was created that was still kind of working its way into the markets eventually showed up. And I think with gold being still threatening it close to 2,000, the other crypto, other things still holding up here, I think you're seeing kind of the undercurrent of all of still the easy money out there, and they keep the easy money going despite the inflation numbers. The easy money has not stopped, you know, and I don't think they're going to stop even with the inflation numbers the way they are. They're not stopping it. So if we're going to get another kind of asset flow back into crypto, gold, and those other kind of hedges that they were talking about a year ago, you should see it from this point, because it is a continuation move. Exactly. Hidden
divergence, man. It's implied that a continuation's coming in a strong uptrend now. And it's gold. It's like it's in an uptrend. It has been consolidating. Hey, Bitcoin consolidated for 250 days. That's child's play. That's a joke compared to what gold did. How long did gold? It was like a year and a half. How many days from the top to, God, the freaking breakout back test, kind of? Talking like 383 days. No, I'm sorry, that was bars. 543 days of its own consolidation, reaccumulation, correction. Right? So gold's going all-time highs, and it'll probably see 22 plus $100, and you won't even believe it. You should, because it is literally implied right now on spot price, PAX-G, the derivative, that moon soon, like continuation of rally in an uptrend. Yeah, it's coming.
Look at that volume. That volume is insane.
Yeah, right? Crazy. It was at that top, though. It was, yeah, that's like record volume. You've never seen volume that high. Well, at least in the past 10 years, you know, crazy. But here's your beautiful crab pattern that reacted wonderfully. Okay, well, it's going to go for the type. It's got to go for the type 2. It's got to try it. And we're just hoping it gets violated. But I mean, 2 days ago, bullish engulfing candle and follow through that would pretty much confirm the validity of the engulfing candle.
Today was up like $20 or something. Yeah.
And then,
which is great, which is what you want to see. So you need to see gold now basically rocket back up to retest those highs day over day. I mean, no more screwing around.
And it could do it. And I think it's not just gold, it's also silver. Silver getting above its own very critical area that goes all the way back to like 2006 or something. What was it, 2010? It goes back. It was one time a peak in 2010, and then it again became a peak 2013, multiple times. And you're gonna run to test $26, 26.18, and once you break that, if it's real, you go to $29, and that's the top of the range we've been in. And it's really easy, you know, to think, oh, we were at the bottom of the range. Okay, well then buy low, sell high. I think the SLV chart is better for like kind of, I don't know, it takes out a lot of noise. Like look at this. It's like, duh, it was perfect, man. SLV. You know, spring back test a spring twice. You kidding?
A lot of these commodity ETFs are looking good.
Yeah, man.
Might be an easy way to play it. SLV.
It ended up, in the end, it did, because that's this. I bought the SLV, and the GLD. Right, GLD was solid. I mean, it broke the supply line. It back tested it a couple times. Hidden divergence. It's so good, man. It's not done. I mean, like everything, spot price, derivatives, all implying continuation upward on gold next. But, you know, I think all metals looking pretty good. I know copper, or not copper, but platinum, it's got some work to do, man. It's not showing an edge, and it's below support resistance. But if gold and silver are going to really run, I don't know why platinum wouldn't here, why it wouldn't get back above all these resistance points. You know, silver did similar stuff before it went full on bull. Like it did, like it had its own respective support here, and then it fell below it, but only made a higher low. And so platinum can just make a higher low wherever it's bottomed and gets back above that resistance, which it's just butting up against now. Then I think it'll be fine for more upside. So yeah, but we can.
Yeah, and the crude oil.
Yep, that's what I was about to
read
my mind, man. You read my mind. Yeah, the hidden divergence, the attempted rally, the engulfing candle caught follow through, and now look where you are. You just tested the high from May of 2011, and there's nothing else above that. There's nothing but the local high you just created when you up thrust through it. Other than that, the all-time high is 147.20. Why would that not happen? I just don't know why it's not going to happen eventually to go test. Because market conditions, like, aren't they? They have to be worse now than they were when it, I don't know, was it 2008? Because you had metals top out in 2011. Yeah, and then this was, okay, never mind. So conditions.
What was that? 2007 to 2000. Yeah, the 2007 2008 run was like, a lot of that had to do with some real worsening situation with the Iraq war at that time. They had to do the surge kind of a thing, and you had the easy money going on with all of the banks and the CDOs at that time. So the economy was running super hot, and people knew it, but oil still took a part of 2 or 3 years to do its run up to 147. I think we're in year one of maybe a 3-year run, if that's going to be the same.
Definitely,
where
man.
147's not the top.
Yeah, well, it's like we've been in a downtrend for over a decade, right? And now we're like going bullish again. So it's just like, my God, yeah, we talked about that last time. I mean, this was a 2,400 day bull trend. And we've only, you know, how long has this been going? Not long at all, man. It's just like since it was 0. 700 days uptrend.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot longer. But I don't know, like, fundamentally, until something changes, why this would not keep going.
Well, every day they put off and they don't change the outlook, or at least essentially try to fix the problem. Every day, you know, that nothing gets done, it kind of compounds. I feel like compounds this situation. You know, you can add another week and another week and another week until finally they do decide to do something about it. I've said this in the past. I don't want to, you know, not be conspiracy theory here, but if your agenda is you want to go green, quote unquote, whatever that means, then it definitely helps your argument if crude oil is 100, 150, 200 a barrel versus $50 a barrel, because then your alternative doesn't look so hot, and it's going to look a lot better at $200 a barrel for crude oil than it would even out at 100. And this kind of feels like the inaction. They're not addressing the problem. Crude oil continues to go up. The supplies are as tight as they've ever been. And actually, one of my best friends actually he was the biggest natural gas independent trader on the New York Mercantile floor. I just saw him last week. He came by and spent some time with him, and he deals with this supply every week. Every day with his business. He deals with physical delivery, and he said he has never seen supplies as low as they've been. So in his whole career, fucking 30 years.
Good God. Well, I mean, without that being said, then it's just you're going to 147 eventually. I don't know when it's going to be. We don't time it, but it's going to happen. So you think do you think the oil conditions are worse than they were when we peaked out at 147 in 08?
I think they are now. Yeah, because you have a different take on production. You have a real problem with refining capacity right now. Diesel fuel is the inventory stocks are at some of the lowest they've ever been, and you're running dangerously low. I mean, there are certain distillates that are running really low on inventories. So it's, you know, not only just crude, but it's the other products that they need, and so you've got it kind of two-sided here, where you've got a lot of pressure on not developing what you need of the raw product, and then most people don't realize all of the restrictions on the refining capacities. So it's not only production, but it's refining capacity, that it's a double squeeze, and things are really tight, and they're not doing anything about it. So I want to stick to the charts, but I can't ignore that fundamental backdrop. And if nothing's going to change, yeah, you might have zigzags here and there, but this thing is still going to go up.
Yeah, and based on this whole Russia-Ukraine thing, I mean, it's not just oil. You know, remember, look at corn, dude. Tell me about corn with your bear, shark, PCZ, and this is your reaction, by the way, right? Just kind of high and tight bull flagging, and it's up against 2008 resistance point. You know, it's not at all-time highs yet, but God, this kind of consolidation almost leads you to believe it might be coming. Just crazy.
I have to watch that one. That's a great chart. I mean, that's probably a pause here. You know, let's keep an eye on that one. That's in a pretty good area. That should have blown it out. That should have taken out the all-time high and continued. So maybe a pause, but where's wheat?
It pulled back way more. Like, it's, shoot, man. I mean, wheat outperformed initially, but corn is holding up maybe better. I don't think there's anything about this that really sticks out as, oh, it's actionable. Now, you remember, this was unbelievable. It was there. It was before the invasion. It was identified. Played out, outperformed, quintupled the measure move, hit all-time highs, limited up 5 days in a row, and then finally, it's normalized. It's calmed down. You know, fair price, I guess, 1,092. You know, no like maturing or developed hidden divergence yet. But if you start pivoting, it'll start developing. like on golds, but in the middle of nowhere, right? It's just like no man's land here. Yeah, dude, it's like straight up, straight down until 919. So thin order book, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, that's a thin market, especially when you get caught short like these guys did. And nickel, I mean, nickel's ridiculous.
Dude, what?
They can't even find a market in nickel right now.
Yeah, dude, look at it. It's like, I think something happened today, right? They like said, nah, just everything that happened today, forget about it. We're not doing anything. I don't know. It's the guy was Chinese, right? They got caught with the insane short, and they like literally stopped the market and then reverted prices. I'd never heard anything like that.
It's a really difficult market at the moment because you've got people caught in short positions. You absolutely have, you have no equilibrium whatsoever right now. You have a real fundamental breakdown in this market where you don't have any idea what really is fair value except for who's getting killed on these short positions. I heard a story that someone, either Chinese hedge fund or someone was caught short. So a very big Chinese hedge fund was caught short nickel.
Yeah, what was his nickname? There's a guy and he has a nickname. It's so like arrogant. Chat, what's his name? The arrogant nickel shorter, and it was up like so much. He was margin called, all that. He still wanted to stay short. Big Shot. His name's Big Shot, dude. And they stopped the market for him. He was devastated, and they like literally stopped trading, and then they brought the price down. And again, I've never heard of anything like that. I don't know how that's even fair to anyone. Or how could they even do that?
Unless it's gonna collapse the market or some crazy catastrophic thing, which could be happening here. I mean, it is, when you're at this point, you're really only dealing with a handful of players who are pretty much talking amongst themselves of what the price is. And even if you're hedged, which is the other problem with a lot of these guys, a lot of the big companies are hedged. They will basically lock in certain prices, but then when that hedge gets devastated like nickel did, then you have a real problem. That happened in coal. That happened to a couple companies like a week or two ago in coal and natural gas, where their hedges got blown out and they lost. I think Peabody Coal lost like 100 million. And that's the dangerous thing with these kind of markets, when you get to where we are and you don't have price stability, and it's something we haven't had to deal with since the 70s. But you're going to see what happens when you don't have price stability, and you're gonna go run an economy on double-digit inflation. Then you're going to get unstable markets.
Yeah, and translation gaps up, down, markets shutting down, they're reverting price, they're rolling back prices. Yeah, insane stuff. But like, I mean, I think there are commodities that just, look at this, man. Look at orange juice. Like how strong this trend is. Look, all this accumulation. And, the top of the range is $191, $200. So you could go up another 25% from here. Everyone ready to pay more for orange juice? Man, this is gorgeous, though. God, it's so hard to ignore what it's doing. And you had your opportunity on all these, like, after COVID crash. I remember being on these commodity charts. I could pull them up. They're archived, these charts posted. But Corn did it. You had the composite operator acquire his position at smart levels that made sense, like 2012, 2014 lows. So this is just a continuation of that, and it's every commodity, man. Like, look at your freaking live cattle futures. I mean, this thing is just ridiculous. You're above all these support resistances. You're back testing it as support and bouncing, and there's no. I mean, why are you not going to the 786, 886 here? You would.
You just need time.
Yep, just time.
You need time.
Just all day. And then cotton. Look at cotton, man. Today, traders settled up at their highest level since June of 2011. Today. And it's just like, I don't know, you had the channel, and then it breaks out of the channel a couple times. Now it's breaking out again. It's just ridiculous. Probably going to 140. And above 140 is a gap fill at 195. I mean, you want to talk about, hey, I can't wait to spend $50 on a t-shirt. So excited about that.
Why don't you pull up Haynes brand HBI?
HBI, open up. Okay.
I've been thinking about some of these real slow mover
Oh my
stocks like
dude,
that.
look at this. I already got it, man. It's the Gartley. Holy crap, at its pattern completion zone. Look what it did though. Look at this old downtrend. It's like platinum. This is like the platinum chart.
Yeah,
Incredible.
and that's
Hold on, let's see.
yeah, that's a good one. That one, Levi's, LEVI. These are
Yeah, it's about to moon, dude.
really slow, stupid stocks, but you know they work out great when the other ones are dropping.
Let's see.
You know, some of these defensive ones, but
This one's not as good. I don't know. Above 1980, $20. Let's see.
it's a 5.0 all time.
Oh yeah.
At a 618. Look, it came out as the IPO about a year and a half ago, but if you go, just start at the IPO, yeah, and then trace it out.
So we're
trace
going
out your
5.0. Hold on. So I'm going with the shark. The X is the IPO, I guess, top.
There you go. Yep.
And am I is A or
Yes.
the bottom?
No. Your first move. Draw the shark first.
I'm trying to like this.
Yeah, there. Yeah, like that to there, then a little up, and then down, and then 1618 up.
So 1414, right?
What's that?
1414.
Well, that takes you. No.
Am I
we're not-
crazy? What am I?
No, that's okay. That it's just you're drawing the shark. It's not exactly a shark, but it is more of a 5.0 structure. You have a kind of a shark formation, but what you're trying to get to is the 5.0 at a 618. You basically, Levi's did this corrective move off the all-time, and then you're dropped right into that 5618 zone.
Well, now if you like, it's so there's no like confirmation or anything. Unfortunately, there's a little edge. There's some really nice bullish divergence in the RSI, but I think it's easier to strategize a place to get out to cut your losses without and it's minimal losses, right? I think you would just. I don't know if you'd want to be dealing with this asset anymore. It just sprung. It might backtest the spring, but I don't know if you want to be falling below 1893 again, right? I mean, that's a very real zone of inflection. But I don't know. I think if you put a gun to my head, you maybe pick between Levi or HBI, Haynes brands. Oh, HBI all day, right? I mean, it's just sitting there. That Gartley on the breakout. This one doesn't have, I don't know, does it have any kind of structural development here? Not really. I mean, it's talking about like, the other one showed a falling wedge, right? The Gartley's within the falling wedge. That's crazy. This one, not so much. But at least we know a good level to get out if it took a turn for the south again, right? As it's been doing.
Yeah, a few of these have they just triggered in the last week or so, and it's still early there. But be looking. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, all day on this one, like all the divergence. Where's the reaction though? I guess risk on assets have been rallying, so these not as much. It is a slow grind though, for sure. Yeah, I mean these are probably going much higher. But then it's not just cotton futures. And then you got soybeans is insane. Look at the soybeans, dude. It's like corn. Like it's at the 113. That's your reaction. It literally reacted like crazy. And back tested old level. Look at that old high from 2008 with on the reaction, and then rallied. And now it's at the top of the range of the zone, and it's just. Where are the sell orders?
We got to watch that. That definitely is an interesting spot. We got to watch that because, if it breaks out, you should see a continuation. But if this just goes sideways, and that might be it for now. I don't know. Got to really watch this closely because it was a crazy move across the board in a lot of those, and now you're hitting against all-time cycle previous resistant highs. Yeah, commodities do that. Commodities are static like that, so I would be watching up at these all-time highs that if they can't bust through,
Then they're done.
And maybe that's done for a little bit.
Or we're going into a new paradigm. That's kind of it, yeah. And then you got...
You'd have to do it.
What?
You'd have to do it really soon. We need to see if this is going to continue. It's got to continue now.
And here's the other one. Okay, we're just food. Rice futures. Just butting up against this insane inflection point from 2009 that you can see, like, it really always fails. Like, almost always. Even here, even in 11, it rallied. But what happens if it breaks it? You know, look at all that. It's like orange juice on steroids. Bullish on famine, unfortunately, right? Hidden bullish divergence. Look how well developed it is. If you break 16 bucks for real, this is what could happen. The order book's got to be so thin above 16 bucks based on historical price action, right?
Yeah, you go back and retest all-time 886.
So much higher, dude. That's like...
Yeah. Nothing left.
That's exactly where it went in 2020. Wow. 886 reversed. You go up to test that again, I guess. But again, it's kind of like rice in 2008, April 2008, saw $25 for a little bit. Our market conditions for commodity prices for food, I mean, are they worse or better now than they were in 2008?
Seems like it's worse at a lower price, but that's only because we haven't caught up yet.
Yeah, I think it's got to be like some form of worse, because it's not about like a global financial crisis. Yeah, bank stocks and equities, but this is like, well, we just cut out, 150 million people from a global economy, and they produce some things, and Ukraine produces a lot of, wheat and corn. So you just cut out 2 countries from the world pretty much for importing, exporting, or just, I guess, exporting food. So I don't think that it was that bad in 2008, even though, yes, terrible things were happening. People were losing their homes, and the market was crashing. I think the market conditions for literal food were better back then maybe than they are right now. But maybe I'm wrong.
I think also the rice situation, you had some things going on in third world countries. No offense to the third world countries, but you had some economic crises that were breaking. Before then, you had big inflation in some of those countries where food prices were getting out of control back then, before the crash. And then the crash basically...
Before the money printing? Oh my God.
Yeah, well, back then too, yeah. Well, that was even...
That was right before it.
Yeah.
So that's what's scary. So I'm just saying, like, all things considered, I think we're in worse conditions. And why is this not going to see 25 bucks? It probably will. I think we're going to be really surprised maybe by the end of the cycle. We might be anyway.
The question is, do you see anything here that's a sell signal?
No, there's no bearish divergence, really. There's none. The most recent development is hidden bullish divergence. That's it.
Yeah.
It sucks, though, because, I mean, I was saying this when I looked at it, like, maybe yesterday or the day before. It's like, if rice literally goes from $16 to $25, that has to have, there has to be some correlation to someone dying in the world, right? Because they're starving, because no one can afford rice that's not doubled in price, but 60% increase in rice prices. I don't think that's going to end well for people in third worlds and stuff, right? I'd be crazy.
Well, the end of every one of these major moves has been preceded by some kind of spike, and spike capitulation. We're not there yet. We need a spike capitulation to end it, and it would probably be up at that 886 again.
Buying climax, yeah. Well, you thought you had it in May 2020, but nope. So there's like most of the commodities, and there's like one more, and it's natural gas. That it's the target $6. It's been so bullish. It's pretty much trade setup stuff. It's sprung back, tested the spring. Your third valley, right, was higher. Classic accumulation structure. And did you? I don't know why this is getting me on this topic. It's kind of similar. It's like, did you see that Russia is exploring the option of letting friendly countries pay them in Bitcoin for oil and maybe gas. You see, that
I
broke,
didn't hear that.
That broke,
That's news.
I think, right after our stream or something, or maybe during our stream. And I think that's like maybe what caused. That was like the Bitcoin like pumped, and I think that was when that news broke. And you saw Exxon too, right? Exxon, they're gonna be mining Bitcoin now.
Really?
Yeah,
You're
broke
breaking
today.
some serious news to me.
This is today. Both these things happened in probably 2-3 hours within each other. Yeah, I mean this is that's like groundbreaking. I think you got a sovereign country that's not third world. I mean, kind of is economically now, I guess, with our sanctions on them. They'll end up being one in time. But I'm saying a former superpower gonna be accepting oil, their largest export, in Bitcoin. That could turn into something. And then your largest oil company on the planet is doing that with Bitcoin. That's legitimizing the crap out of Bitcoin right there.
That's crazy. That really is. That's big news. I mean, that's like
Oh, Adam.
if ExxonMobil's going to mine Bitcoin, then and AMC bought a gold mine. What does that tell you? These guys have so much money on their books. They don't know what to do with it. They have to do something with it.
Well, yeah, you saw what Zuckerberg did. He's like, metaverse. That's what he did. Eeny, meeny, miny, metaverse. Apple's like, I think we're gonna get into electric cars, maybe. Yeah, Bill Gates, I'm gonna buy a bunch of farm land and create experimental drugs or viruses. They all late stage capitalism, seeing what they're doing.
You got too much money chasing the same ideas. It's really and so for something like Bitcoin, that could be a good thing, because if people are running out of places to go traditionally, yeah, they're gonna go to places like crypto.
Yep.
Because there's plenty of room for allocation there, and if you get that kind of activity on BTC, yeah, that's where you then can get a couple $100 billion added to the market cap pretty quick, and maybe even double it. I did not hear those stories, so those are big.
Yeah,
stories.
look them up, man. Look them up if you need it. It's probably laden with sources now. Like even the fake news networks probably got that. Yeah. It's like gradually, then suddenly, and I thought we were seeing the suddenly happen. The first pump, or the most recent pump we had to 44K in March 2nd. That's when I'm like, oh my god, because there are all these news stories coming out, and it's something I think catalyzed that pump too. Before it gave up all its gains, went back down to 37.7 a couple times, but I think we're going into the suddenly. Because I'm telling you, like what's going on, this momentum shift on Bitcoin, dude. There's probably gonna be another insane news story in the next few days, right? Next week. Oh, it's some massive company just added Bitcoin to their balance sheet. It's just gonna be breaking. Oh my god, dude, Bitcoin's up 10% today, and it's not weird. It's not out. It makes sense based on the technicals.
Yeah, this is the place to be looking for catalyst stories for sure. That drive it to get you a couple more big individual days.
Yeah, you've shown accumulation, right? I mean, it's all there, nice and quiet, slow and steady. It reminds me a little bit of October 2020, where you were a nice uptrend. You pulled back, and right here, it was October 8th. Okay, October 8th. You were uptrending. You're making the higher highs, higher lows, but then you were just like stalling. But then right here, October 8th, Square announced that it was putting $50 million worth of Bitcoin on their balance sheet, right? Cash reserves or whatever. And then a nice pump. It was like a 10% pump or something. And it rallied, and then maybe a couple weeks later, this green candle was PayPal announcing that they're adopting it, that you can buy crypto on their platform. And right, so a couple catalysts and moon, right, just gone. So that's all we need, just a couple. I mean, I think we just got them, even though I can't believe the market's not reacting to Russia accepting Bitcoin for oil and ExxonMobil mining Bitcoin. It's like, I guess we're at that point. We don't even. I guess
we need a big candle. We need a big like $3,000 candle one day, breakout candle. Big.
This is where they come. This is where they end up. Like, think about, 8-week development, ascending triangle, above critical inflection point from history. It's like the stage set. Everything's happened in the development except the impulse, the massive impulse itself. We're just waiting on that now. And it's on a lot of altcoins too. Like, we're just waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
Adam's rolling. 1.61% up on the new day. Dang. I'm digging this. I'm digging this price action right now.
Yeah.
Talk about waiting on an impulse candle. All you got to do, everything's here except the impulse candle on Atom. It's like, oh my God, Atom's up 30% in a day. Don't be surprised. Something stupid like that happens. Because you've done everything. You're above all the critical levels. It's like, it's done. It's like time to go to 32.31 easy. Maybe today, right? I mean, because that is a resistance from May 8th. And you can clearly see the correlation multiple times. Resistance. So, you ready for
Loop Ring did that thing. Loop Ring was the same way. Loop Ring had it took a while and then had a couple individual days and really starting to show itself. Yeah, like that.
It was stupid, right? Yeah, it took forever, man. I was like, oh my God. I actually had to go down and test the 886 again. Yeah, and it just pumped. It was like up 40-50% in a day, right? That candle. And those
Yeah, and that's a crypto thing. I mean, that's really indicative of the characteristic of crypto. It moves like that.
Yep, and then it'll grind for a while, and then it'll eventually absorb the remaining supply around this $10, $12 area and break it, and then it's straight up, straight down, straight up. So your target on Loop Ring, if you're in this and you were fortunate, blessed with that impulse, and you're up, just wait, man, because this thing, if everything plays out like on Bitcoin, I mean, this has another 107% upside until it gets to just a candle low close from November 18th. That's not even aggressive targeting. Aggressive targeting is like you go to $4. Unreal. So many of these freaking 886s. It's legendary.
Just taking time, extended kind of delayed reaction, but still works, still okay. I mean, the thing about it is your original pivots that you established were never really violated. You had some consolidation. Again, these are more of what you see, especially in longer term harmonic patterns that take time, take 30 bars, take 50 bars, and then really get going after the fact. So that's what these are showing us.
Yeah. It's just unending. Look at, like, I'm about ready for a beer, I guess, right?
Yeah, let's take it 2 seconds. I'm gonna pour a drink myself.
Okay.
And then give me
just
2
come on
minutes.
back.
I'll be
Yeah.
right back.
I'm keeping it on Adam. Adam's like
What?
over 2%. All right, I'll
Hold on 1 second. I'm getting. No, I'm having something else. Okay, got it. No, my wife's giving me. She's asking me what I'm gonna drink. So I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes.
Chat, if you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Hi with the chat. Be right back.
I'll be right back with a stiff drink.
Me too. Yo. Yo. Oh. Okay, cool. Sorry. So, what's up, Chad? How y'all doing? Y'all having a good time? It's been a good stream so far. We've been live for an hour and 46 minutes. What? That's bullcrap. No, we have not. We have not been live an hour 46 minutes, Chad. That's insane. Literal time machine. Crypto Hoarder, man, you out there still, dude? Thank you for that 100, man. Seriously. Sorry, you know, we was flowing. We was grinding. We was going with it. Thanks, man. Any crazy requests, dude? You know, Shangri-La. Cheers to everyone. That really is insane, though. Like that. 2 hours? What? Okay, so what we got going on? We got algos up 2.8%. Yeah, man, this one had to lose 100% of its value. Man, you talk about algo if it gets above 91 cents, though. Wow. What else? ICX up marginally. Yeah, you got some up. I mean, Bitcoin's actually like just went positive on the day. Can't be surprised, man. We got a partial. I'm telling you, dude. We're like. The issue with it being a zone, I'm thinking like if it's 44.4, that's the partial rise threshold, like to make it confirmed. I just worry about an 886 from this high to low here. You know how the 886s are, even if they're not formal harmonics, you just gotta be like, oh, I don't know, man. But dude, you're getting to we're about to have a confirmed partial decline. I guess if you were conservative, you'd be like, the partial decline is confirmed at 45.5. That way you're conservative and there's no doubt. If we see that again, we know what it's gonna do, right? And it exceeds the 886. Good times, man. Real good times. Life-changing opportunity, again, is upon us. Finally, man. To forever. Yeah, Adam Weekly's insane. Dude, of course. It is. It's insane. Like, dude, Adam, Holy Grail. This is my largest non-Bitcoin Ethereum position. Just to be candid, you know, whatever. I'm only going by the technicals. You know, it's really not that insane. Like, why is it so insane? I mean, it's not even showing hidden divergence. You know, I'm just playing the daily. I'm playing the outperformance. You saw it, man. This only lost 61% of its value from the same low we used on Bitcoin and Ethereum. It has outperformed the living crap out of the macro, and that's what I like. That's what I need to know. You know. Oh man, to see an actual live pump with Scott and me on stream, that's like unicorn stuff, man. That's like probably not gonna happen. I wish. That'd be cool. It'd be fun to have hype in the chat, like lots of hype in the chat. But yeah, be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. The Discord link's pinged or pinned above. That's where you get the pings for when I go live. You will miss the streams if you're not in the Discord. Just say it. So up, everyone. Sorry, I haven't been able to read much chat today for reasons, right? As we just wait and see on Bitcoin, waiting for some movement. I hear ice and alcohol mixing.
Yes, sir. Marinating. What are we having? What are you drinking?
I'm just drinking a Stella. You know, same beer I had. A case of beer I bought for St. Patrick's Day. Just getting through it. All of it. It's up here. It's refrigerated. Yes, we looked at.
My wife is drinking.
Tell her cheers.
Cheers, Mitch. says cheers, honey.
He's
drinking it.
Yep. Same
Cheers.
here.
He was drinking a Stella too. I'm doing doers, man. I've been wanting this for a long time.
Is that it's whiskey, right? Or
Yeah.
Jewish whiskey?
Cheers, everybody. Cheers to the chat. Cheers, Brad. How you doing? Mr. Fisher.
Yeah, and caffeine and Logan and
Cheers. That's good.
yeah. Crypto Hoarder said hey to us earlier.
What's up, Crypto Hoarder?
I don't know. I think he went.
Logan?
He might have gone AFK. Yeah, he definitely
What's going on?
AFK.
Let's enjoy this moment after a long crypto slog, if you will.
Oh god, it's been just gut wrenching. You know, it's like
Get
off
back
season.
to the fun days.
Yeah, dude, it's just like we're talking like 123 days now of this bullcrap. What's up, BP? Look at BP. I love it, man. He's growing, dude. He's growing. BP, did you play sports growing up? Because I got a feeling you may have played sports, which is really good. I may be wrong, though. I don't know. Right? But I'm just saying, like, the way you responded to some sort of criticism was incredible. Eye-opening. You're just drinking Jägermeister Edmos, man. Have fun with that, dude. Thanks. Now look at some of these sharks, dude. Like, I love XLM. I mean, I think they're better assets. I would rather own XRP over XLM all day because of the. I'd rather take a bat over a shark, right? Because it's just performance. One's a higher low, one's a lower low. They're the same category, subsector, I guess, of whatever, you know, fork. XLM's the fork of XRP, but I just love that, you know, it's testing support resistance as support, confirming the bottom, all the everything. Broke supply lines. There's literally nothing else for this asset to do but to go insane. It could pull back, makes another higher low, whatever, but eventually 30 cents for the bearish 5.0 minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. God, dude, it's like the resistance is the bearish 5.0 PCZ. So even from here, which you had your chance. I mean, I'm here every day, so I'm looking at these every single day. But even from where you are right now, you still have 42% upside before you would even blink and be like, maybe it's bearish 5.0. It'd probably pull back there, probably underperform, and maybe rally again if Bitcoin's doing things.
Well, your comment about the bat versus the shark is right on, because sharks are going to give you a move, but it's usually going to be a reaction. Bat has a chance to be more of a larger reversal type move. So it's you know, with the shark, real tradable, but it's how you manage it. And if you're going to run on XLM up to the 5.0 or 618, probably that would be it, and then you'd have more consolidation because it's a shark.
Yeah, I mean, still, I guess, a long-term uptrend. But it's just like, you look at this one, and it's just like, I don't know
There's
why.
that. But the bat you've got traced out before that crazy run.
Oh, dude, this was like, I think, an old trade
is
setup.
exactly my point.
Old trade setup, man. Oh, and I remember, dude, this is like the fear and uncertainty. People just being like, people were questioning. Litecoin had the same thing. This was a legendary trade setup on Litecoin. September 22nd, 23rd. Yep. The fear was high. The stock market was correcting. You created the beautiful shark pattern and the three rising valleys. Yep. It took a while. Like, I remember the entry, okay, we did it, and then it took a minute, and then it started going. It's gone, man. That's where we are right now. I hope people get that. That's where we are. Think about 250-day large consolidation structures, M shapes, right? Across this market. You realize this was only 115 days. We're talking like we've over doubled the size and time of consolidation across this market. So that, to me, that's very significant. So if it played out on those where they're half the size and time, why is it not going to play out this time? It probably would, especially being above 42K is all but confirming it. What's happening right now? My lights are going nuts. Oh, anyway, by the way, public service announcement, I guess. Brand new lamp. I got a new lamp, chat. Anyone notice? No one said anything about the new lamp. What's up, Victor? Thanks, man. Like one moves too slow.
Nice lamp.
Yeah, dude. Like one is in the VeChain, XLM, and Link chain link category. It is in the nah. It's not an XRP. It's not a Bitcoin. It's not an Ethereum. It's in this kind of scrubbier category. But either way, legendary. It's a trade setup. It's an actual live trade setup, well off its lows, off the entry of the trade setup. Like one's up 19% in a week off that entry of the trade setup. Right, there was reasons. There were technical reasons to go long on Litecoin, and it was historical context. What the? Oh wow. So that works. Okay, looks like mods can change the color of the lights. You realize the lights? This is like the whole penthouse, or at least the top floor of the penthouse. So like the entire city of Birmingham can see when you do that coughing, or when someone tips. Everyone sees in the city the lights doing that. So. Really cool. So yeah, but like, I mean, it's a shark, it's the type 2, and it's the bullish divergence, man. And you talk about upside here, potential. From where it is now. 50% upside, dude. Are you kidding me? So that's, so from the entry, you've made 70%, right? Like on your position.
It's probably about as important as the pattern itself is knowing what the target is. And we're not talking about this thing breaking out to all-time new highs. We're talking about this thing doing a 50% move or doing a double in a short period of time, like it's done the last several times. And this thing does some kind of strong 30-day, 60-day reaction and then tops out. Yeah, that's the move we're looking for. That's the speculation with Bitcoin starting to turn up and Ethereum turning up. Yeah, something like that.
And it pulls back.
That's a hell of a move.
And maybe it back tests 140, another level. And then the trend continues, and what does it do? You know, it could very well, God, dude, talking about a major wave structure. That's a 618, my God. So it could be like a huge X, A, B, C, and C to D wave takes you, God, up to the 350, 381 up there, my God. Could you imagine that? How long that would take, though? It'd be like a year, right, before you finally got to these deep levels. But this is normally how reversals start in uptrends, how they restart. Something like this.
Yeah, once the pattern forms, like I mentioned this earlier, once it forms, you get that early development out of the zone, and then you've got a major pattern behind your reversal. That's significant. I mean, the fact that you have a pattern is a big deal. It means you got like a force that you could see a larger move.
Yeah, you got market participants defending an area time and time and time again. And it's confirmed that they have defended the area based on the second low with seller exhaustion. So
remember Bitcoin's patterns before the big run, 2018, or Ethereum, where you set up those Gartleys. You have it on yours. I think you show that from time to time. Back in 2018, you had that Gartley that was before the big move. Yeah, way back there.
It's the Gartley, the legendary Gartley. That put us on the map, man.
And once that Gartley set, it took a lot of time, but once that Gartley set, then it's, you're starting to work your way back to the upside here, or at least the whatever you got going left. It's stuff like that. When you got patterns that are clear and then lead to larger moves like that did, significant. That's what's going on with the entire crypto space right now, where you got patterns in almost every major crypto pair, top 50, top 100, something either on a daily or a weekly. where you come off these lows, yeah, you've got something preceding it.
Hold on. Someone's tipping. Listen, dude. If I'm like doing some sort of podcast format, expect to be ignored because I'm not going to interrupt him for you. The TTS is off. There's no requests, right? It's just like if you want to tip the stream, by all means, because when you tip the stream, it keeps everything going. Make sure I'm coming back every day. But he asked a question.
I'm not even looking at the chat, guys.
Yeah, and the screen.
I don't even. Yeah. Maybe that's what I need to say. I like most of the time, I'm not looking at the chat. I'm looking at the charts, and focusing on. I've got two screens up, looking at charts right now. So, and I think anybody knows me knows that I'm not like that. So, what was the question?
He said it wasn't even. I don't know. It was about. He said, "What's your opinion on the last cycle? Are you talking about Wave 5 of Elliott Wave? This would be the beginning of it. The beginning of Wave 5, I believe, on Elliott Wave would be starting now. Which again, 100K, maybe even higher. Thank you for the 100 super chat, Static Trading. Is that what you mean though? Because when you say the last cycle, I would think he just means Wave 5. Which I'm not big on Elliott Wave.
If you I know Elliott Wave well, but I feel like everything I'm talking about is from a harmonic pattern perspective, and it's probably a lot more. Mitch talks a few different methodologies. Most of everything I talk about is like relative to a pattern. So, but from the cycle, or at least starting the next kind of wave. For me, having the evidence of a major pattern has, always for me been a significant event, and we have that. If you pull Bitcoin on the weekly, that chart now looks super strong, or a monthly chart looks super strong.
Man, monthly's, it's okay. The weekly is psycho bullish, right? Because the monthly's just kind of like you're not engulfing, you're just kind of hanging out. I mean, you might, but. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the weekly is unbelievable. Right now, you're at your highest RSI you've seen since December. Right, you rejected the bearish control zone, which is extremely bullish.
Yeah, he's saying no, not Elliott waves, but just kind of the next. I guess the next wave. And when I say wave, I'm really saying, what's the next move to the next obvious set of resistance levels. 4-year cycle and done. Listen, in terms of the major mega cycle that I think people are talking about, before you go through a massive correction, if it wasn't going to be here, and I think you have to define what is a cycle. Is a cycle a full 886 reset, no matter how high you go? You see 1 million before 29K Bitcoin.
Extremely speculative.
That's again, I think if you say 1 million Bitcoin, maybe someday that happens, but I want to be hyper focused on like 50K Bitcoin, and I mean 1 million will take care of itself. We're really trying to figure out, is this the pivot low for Bitcoin? And if so, if this is the pivot low, then we probably eventually do go retest an 886 or retest those static highs. Assess the short-term targets as you stair step your way higher. But in terms of like an ultimate wave, which is what maybe I think you're referring to, that ends whatever the bull market is. That could be 68, 70, 100,000, who knows? The full reset you would look for is an 886, whatever that is. I guess a bear market for crypto of the end of that cycle would be an 88.6% retracement, but that could occur at 150, 250,000. Let's say we go from 10,000 to 250, then do an 886 retracement. You know what I'm saying? It's brings you back to about 40 or 50K. Well, all I'm saying is you can have a hell of a lot of move on the long term before you have some kind of major end of what people might think is the bull wave that started at the COVID low. I don't think the COVID wave has ended. I think we would already be.
It'd be over. Yeah, it'd be.
We,
Probably wouldn't even have held.
we,
Would we even have held 30K? You know, back in the summer, if. And
No, and that's important.
we would not have put in. Just remember on the weekly, the two most discernible events that were recent, the highest high in human history, and then after the highest high of all time, the highest low of all time. Cycle is not over. You're crazy if you know that those are the two most discernible recent events, and you say the cycles. That's so arrogant. How can you say that? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Just now, again, on a very slow, significant time scale, right? So no, the cycle's not over. It's not dead. I think the cycle's over when you break 30K, right? I think it's done then. But it didn't happen. You made you did a full reset in an uptrend, which is when an asset loses 88% of its value from its previous discernible low to high. This is where we are.
But not an all-time reset, which would be
Ooh,
maybe what would be
18,
the next
14.
bear market.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
but I mean that would be the bear market cycle, much like you had in 17, 18, or you go back to 13. You had major 886 retracements that were the definition of a bear market correction. But we've been arguing this for probably a year. Would we go under 30K, under those support levels? And now what you're seeing is, no, actually the weekly chart. How many weeks? 12 weeks there? And now we're breaking out? That's not rolling over.
Dude, yeah, it's inverse rolling over. That's pivoting.
First rolling over.
Yeah.
And it will lead to a larger continuation.
Yeah, because it would outperform, right? Because it's an undeniable long-term uptrend that's never changed. The only thing that had changed is you went into a midterm downtrend, and you're about to. I think once you break 45K, this was the case. Literally, February 9th, we were here, and it's all about, can we make a higher high? We made an up thrust, which doesn't really count because you confirmed here that the up thrust was back tested. And so it's until you break that level, that zone now, I think you're still technically in a midterm downtrend, or maybe a midterm no trend, but with a hint of bearishness because all it's been doing is lower highs, lower lows. But now you're showing consolidation, higher lows, but the same highs. So you haven't actually confirmed a midterm uptrend is continuing yet, but we're about to. This is how close we are. Looking at these lines here, that's the threshold for midterm trend reversal. So short-term uptrend.
And with the patterns that preceded all of this, and your weekly, monthly charts.
Yeah, your context is stupid good.
Yeah, pull it all together, throw a couple indicators. Relative strength looks really nice. A lot of things pointing up where you can continue. And even, look, we break out here. The assumption is a 1618 swing move. That's how close
from
you
your
are.
all-time high, or
No, just in the short term. Go off of the action from this year, or even the last correction from February down to March. We break out here. We do a 1618. We pop up. We do a short term.
you're talking about 90K, right? I just chill.
No. I'm just saying of the most recent consolidation zone.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
just from
really
this high,
short-term.
we'll say February 9th to the low.
Exactly.
Which literally is 53K, which is what? Remember, Scott, what it is? Same XA, the deep crab. And what is it? There it is, man. The deep crab. PCZ. That's it, man. Yep. But, of course, that in the end, it all lines up with a support resistance from September and December. So, yeah, X marks the spot. Confluence out the yin yang right there. That's your first stop for sure. 100%. That I even tweeted about it yesterday. Said 53K if you stay above 42K long enough. Yep. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. Say you get up and you get to all-time highs, and you pull back some. This takes months, half a year or more, right? But it all happens, and then you actually break all-time highs. You're talking about a $90,000 1.618. We're not talking 90,000 Rudy Poo thumbnail clickbait. Talking 1.618 real-life technical analysis, right? I mean, that's the extension of the high to low of this harmonic structure with this just maybe informal M shape. But you got 79K, 84K, and 91K. And remember the stat about stocks, right? If they see $90 to $91, there's a 90% chance they see $100 psychologically. And I would say if you see 90K, there's probably a 90% chance you see 100K because market participants are going to push it up to test that. But we'll see. Yeah, that's like, let's get to 52K first, which I'm thinking that's very likely right here. Stage is set, man. It really is.
Yeah, it's just about money flow too. I mean, look, we know what the deal is on the amount of money. You're seeing it in the inflation. There's a lot of money out there. I think people don't realize how much money's out there, and it's just because crypto's been in a downtrend for the last many months doesn't mean that you're not going to get a renewed cycle of asset allocation to come back into the space. I mean, on the contrary.
When's the most appropriate time for that to ever happen?
Yeah,
88% sale on crypto.
Yeah, markets are cyclical. I mean, all the markets are cyclical. They go through, even the best of the markets are going to have their mini cycles, mini corrective cycles, stair step your way to any trend. And now BTC is there. I mean, BTC is definitely needed. It needed 2 months. It needed these 2 months. Now I want to see in the next 2-3 days crack that 45, show me something right here, and then even if it doesn't do it, I'm still fine with it because of these recent lows that were put in.
If you make a higher low than 37.5 on the daily, even if it fails one more time, it'd be weird. I think it's gonna be weird if it fails again. Like, I don't think it will. Like, I think we see 45K again. It's on. Moon in a week. We'll be at 52K in a week or two. Faster than you can say Yo MC Raps or something. Yo MTV. I can't remember the stupid quote. Anyway, it'll be fast. Because what has history told us about Bitcoin when it decides the bottom's in, right? January, when the bottom got put in, it went up almost 100% in 28 days, right? Then another low in July when the bottom got put in, when market participants confirmed it was done. We were going. You rallied 75% in 48 days. Then again, late September, October 1st, JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley buys $300 million worth of GBTC. You go up 61% in 23 days. It's not going to be different. Do you think it's going to be a long, methodical rally up to 53K? It's not. It's going to be stupid. It's going to be fast and ridiculous like it always is. When the bottom gets put in and market participants are convict or have conviction that it's in, you go up too fast, way too fast, and you won't believe it. And then that's why I'm saying, like, don't be coming back here asking, should I buy now at 53K? We're just gonna ban you. We'll be like, okay, you were Rudy Poo. You didn't show up when it made sense to show up to the stream, and you're just showing up. You're just FOMO moonboying into this. 58K, you'll get. What's worse than banning somebody? I don't even know. They're gonna get excommunicated or something. All right, asking should I buy now at those levels? Unreal. Anyway, I just finished my first beer, so I think it's time for number 2. I've been fasting all day, so I just broke my fast with a beer. That's normally terrible, but
nothing like drinking on an empty stomach.
Yeah, I know, right? It happens. What are you gonna do, man? It's Thursday. Good times are upon us. They really are.
Yeah.
Okay, it's right here. So just hang tight. Entertain them for like 10 seconds. Hold on.
All right. You got it. Let's see. Check out Mitch's setup. What's up, Christopher? What's going on?
Sorry, I'm back.
Nice. No, I think as people are talking manipulation, whatever. I think you got to just think money movement. It doesn't even matter if it's manipulated or not. We know things are manipulated. I think we got to just think of the patterns as the places where the money's moving in and out. Money movement's changing. Because I think it's. Look, I've been in situations where I've had positions where I've thought the market was manipulated and probably cost me a lot of money, but that always gets me into a bad frame of mind. I think we got to just think like, okay, money's moving back into crypto.
Think like a bot, dude. Right? Just think like a robot. Think like an algorithm that, like, you know, say you've learned the system, right? The cake baking system, and just. Don't be emotional about it. Just, why would I look at this and be like, oh my God, it's manipulated? I'd just be like, okay, is it showing all the variables that we look for? Yes. Is it above critical inflection points? Yes. How's the weekly look? Well, the weekly is showing hidden bullish divergence and it's neutral. Your RSI on the daily is above 60 now. I mean, dude, it's like literally everything is so bullish on this asset right now. Just everything but the impulse, the massive, stupid impulse hype in the chat day. You know, where we doubled our concurrent viewership because of FOMO Moon Boys. That's the only thing that hasn't happened yet, and it will happen. Bitcoin is notorious for it. We will get a day on Bitcoin like we did on the day of February 8th, where Bitcoin appreciated in value 18%, 7,384 candle day. There are many of them. There was a couple day period, October 1st, 2nd. You went up 15% in a day. You'll get that. We'll get something stupid like that. It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Yeah, I agree with that. We're looking for a big candle. That's the thing to remember. Looking for a big candle from this level, from this launch pad to get you going. And then you'll know. I mean, we already are stacking structures, connecting dots, all the other reads that we have here at critical levels that are, you know, saying you just, you know, a couple more, 1, 2 steps away from, you know, triggering that larger breakout phenomenon. And again, I'm not saying 100K, although everybody and every influencer is going to come out and say 100K told you so. I would still just compartmentalize it down into those levels of 45, 46, then 50 something, and then we'll talk about all-time 886.
All-time 886. Talking about end of cycle, or are you talking about on the way up?
No, I'm just saying, you know, what are some possible levels we break out? What are the next set of next two sets of levels of that I would want to focus on above, say, 45.5 or 46? I'd want to look at probably 53, and then I'd want to look at the 886 retest.
Certainly, it's 53, but then it's 58 too, because 58 is unreal. Like that's a crazy level. Look, I mean, it's like the first time in human history, February 20th. That's why I have that there, and will always have that there. And the upthrust and the back test of the upthrust before it collapsed, right? That's why that area is always going to be an ungodly level. 58K, you know, Probes, that was his, you know, NFL number. He loves it. So I think, you know, 53, it's like your targets, 53K, 58K, then probably, you know, if you're swing trading, I'll be going swinging for the fence 69K, right? Those are your three targets if one's getting in at these reasonable areas, right? I mean, that's some good yields. But if it ever goes to the next level where it actually breaks out of the range we've been confined in for over a year, 78K, first target, easy. 78,000, 1272.
Yeah, someone's asking, he actually, I think it was Matt, put up a comment about you're getting like these 94% retracements, and you're actually getting them. That is a deep retracement, and the number is actually 94.6. It's actually the square root of the 886. It's just to throw that out there. My point being is that if you see this go past the 886, yeah, that 94 number, that's okay, but just look for this at or just beyond the 886. I mean, the 886 number is always kind of that mandatory minimum that I anchor off of. Sometimes it will go in a little bit into the 90s, but you know, that's where I'm looking right now. We're retesting that immediate swing level where we'll break out above that. You know, like I said, 45.5 or 46 is going to trigger this.
Oh yeah, it'll be face melting too. People won't believe it, and everyone who didn't believe or thought it was a joke, they'll be asking questions for sure. Sorry, I had this itch in my mind, and it was like I should look at EGLD because it was looking good, and it's still good. It's just once it breaks 217, you go to the promised land, but you're below it. So, but yeah, you've confirmed a bottom at an 886. That's harmonic stuff. That's value areas. That's your. So it's all about 199 and 217. Okay, that's it. Sorry, I was just here for a second to look at it, just because I felt like it. It was just in my mind. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, YFI.
What about YFII?
Yeah, or YFII too. Both of those.
Yeah, YFI was good. It was staring into the abyss, but look at it. It's like death was upon you if you did not. If buyers did not defend $18,354, you were going down to $7,000. But they did. They did. They actually defended it, and it's underperforming. It hadn't even made a higher high yet. But yeah, upside, I would say from here, if it's real, you got 43% upside that would take you to $30,000. To me, anyway, that's what I would think, just based on his history, right? Up, down, up, down, up. I know a lot of this over here, but when you're holding this support, why not straight up to 30K like it did in history? After holding and successfully testing it, here you didn't do that. Here you did. So I would think that I would go with what it did here is probably what it would do here. It would 30K would be next if it was real.
If it was YFII. Didn't have one of these had a big Gartley. Gartley or bat.
Not YFI, right? It was just a
YFII.
So YFII for me, all I needed to know was there was an 886, there was support being tested, and there was a massive textbook sexy falling wedge with triple bullish divergence. That's all I needed. This is a trade setup active as crap, like super active. I mean, like, what are you up now? From the entry here, I mean, you're talking, you're up 20% like one from the entry. I think the upside's well, you got it 25.71, 27.58. See, my issue is just kind of like, if you're looking at assets like this, I don't know why I would go with this one over going with something like, I think you talked about it, you mentioned, hold on. Why would you go with YFII when you could go to Band? Look what Band's doing, dude.
Yeah, I posted on
that. Yeah. Okay, because I know you but dude, this is like the lowest risk area you could ever get. This is as close to as insanely lowest risk ever right here. I mean, because the upside, based on history, is what? Straight up to where? Straight up 77%. Right? I mean, like you've sprung twice now.
Yep.
Massive divergence. Stage is set. Like if the TA is respected here, you're going to 745. And since you whipsawed below, you could whipsaw above. You could be breaking through 762 like it was a joke for a little bit, just like you did here. So yeah, man. I mean, there's stuff like this out there that's just crazy. But yeah, this one's kind of different than a lot of others. I don't know. I don't remember anything ever doing exactly like Band's doing, where it like fell below the inflection point and double bottomed.
Yeah, and I think this even looks better on the weekly chart. As though there's some things there on the weekly, I think.
Oh my god, dude!
Just where it's.
Look at the histogram island. This week, first level positive momentum you've seen since November. Wow, dude, that's the trigger. Oh my god, it's happening. Cue up the Michael Scott gif. Dalt egg, you know. Yeah, that's legendary. Oh yeah, man, just close above $4. Solid. Not much of a formal harmonic though, right? I mean, that's nothing.
On the weekly, there is. It's a little bit of
sharp.
But I gotta.
Yeah, you're right. It's like an XA, BC, then D. I mean, it's like a type 2 kind of, right? Like 100%. This is type 1. This is type 2 or something crazy. Oh my god. I'm off base here.
Let me see here. Let's see what that was. Yeah, not sure. That was yeah, I think I had a bat there too. So gotta see if I'm
bat?
just trying to check my Twitter feed.
Yeah, I think you could if you anchored right. You use
I hit post.
April 19th is X, and then B April 19th, and then wait, yeah. What the heck? Yeah, it's like almost the same week. Wow, yeah, you could easily make this a bat if you wanted to, but it'd be 100% bat though, right?
Yeah, it's kind of sloppy, but still there, and I mean, kind of legit. Now that you've actually wasn't great a week ago, but this breakout is significant, and the fact that you're not,
Huge. It's everything, right?
you're stabilizing here is a good sign.
Yep. Almost doubling in price target, easy. Yeah, man, you could just get this other watch list, the newer S coins, I call it. Dude, there's so much everywhere. It's like I feel some type of way, you know.
I really learned watching the 2008 bear market, and when I saw a lot of these go to the 886, and they finished their 886, and then started basing out. Even though I didn't know really anything about crypto back in 2018, I knew about the price action. The fact that as soon as it started stabilizing at the 886 on so many coins, it was just, to me, I was like, okay, that could be the start of a new cycle.
What do you mean, the stocks in 08?
No, back in 2018.
Oh, 18 on 08, my bad.
Bottomed out its first time. You got a lot of these altcoins that have been decimated in the same way they were back in 2018. So trying to bottom out there, trying not to be too dismissive of things, and looking for stuff that's holding 886s all time, resetting, start again. Let's see some.
Yeah, let's see. Let's go back, enough data. Of course not. God, I don't know, man. I hate these exchanges, dude. Like trying to find which one has the most data. Well, I gotta go through 1,000 different freaking charts. So dumb. Hold on.
Just 1 second, be right back.
Oh yeah, you're good. Let's see, this one will work. No, it wouldn't, would it? God, no, it wouldn't. Dude, I can't get data on these effing charts. Bitfinex, maybe? There we go, Bitfinex. Nope, just kidding. Where's freaking... Oh my God, Bitcoin. Look at that. Scott leaves, and that's when Bitcoin pumps. Dude, get out of here. What are you doing, composite, man? Stop screwing with Scott, man. Leave him alone. Chat, we're about to do it. We're about to confirm a partial decline. Here it is. Pictured on your screen. Be right back, pump. Scott's like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be right back, and then like buys. Just kidding, but yeah, okay, good stuff, dude. Cool story, bro, on this rally. What was that? Why am I? Oh, okay, I see you, Logan. You trolled me. I was like, oh, is someone tipping me? It's green lights, and it was like, nope, just a command. Yeah, the buy signal. He got called by the Bogdanov Foundation. So we've been live now 2 hours and 30 minutes. If you're enjoying it, hit that like button, that bell, that sub, as we just chill out and drink some alcohol together on a Thursday. It's been good, but I'm telling you, it's about to get better, chat. It is. Scott, pause it, operator. There you go, dude. What's up, Arabian Pleb, dude?
Is that a joint?
The love is mutual. I assure you. We're just hanging out, man. At those levels. ICX, Algo, Band, ICP, and Atom among the top gainers on the new day. Only been around for an hour and a half or so, you know. Yeah, Stella, in honor. Where's, if it's Stella and there's Stella Lumens, it should be. What about XRP? Is there an XRP beer similar, something like that? XRP, IPA. Yeah, bright color follow, exactly. Only a clown would be like, let's go ICP, dude. That and Filecoin. Ah. Hey, what's up, dude? Let me double take for a second. Yeah, pathetic attempt, chat. Pathetic attempt by the composite operator to push the price above 44,444, repeating, of course. Yeah. Wait, hold on. We'll turn it up, man. Pump in the chat.
Crypto_hoarder tipped $103.48.
Order returns.
Spin. Smile,
He
have
does.
a brewski on me, pump IT.
Alright, told me to spin.
0.033000000 ETH.
Oh yeah, okay. Why not, man? Who cares, dude? Life's pretty friggin' good. Hey. Hey, crypto order, get wrecked. In a positive way. You must drink. But thank you for the attempt that unfortunately failed miserably. It was your Cuban Missile Crisis or Bay of Pigs on that spin. Sorry. Don't do it, dude. For real, join the Discord chat or be destroyed.
Yeah. Coins making moves.
Well, we made the joke that it was you because you were like, "Be right back," and as soon as you left, dude, it started going, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And now you're back, and it's pulling back, and it's like,
buy $1 billion.
Yeah, he bought $1 billion, but then he sold $1 billion when he came back. I was like, "What? What are you doing, dude? Stop! He's manipulating the market."
Flipped it. $300.
$300 and a donkey or something. Yeah.
Flipped $1 billion.
Dude, if you have $1 billion position and you only make $300, that probably takes a lot of talent. I mean, there's how do you even do that? It has to be like 10 satoshis different, you know. I don't know.
Commission.
What is it? Manipulation? Yeah, Scott Carney's just pouring whiskey and buying $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and then selling it within 2 minutes of buying. Legendary. We're just making the folklore. It's gonna be like you're like what's the guy with the blue ox? Paul Bunyan or something. So this is your Paul Bunyan moment.
What that? It just spiked up to 44.4.
Yeah, but whatever.
Let's go.
I mean,
No, let's go.
Meh. You know, it's 44,390, so close, but you should have bought 1.5 billion versus 1.0 billion, dude. Yeah, dude. Oh, there was some guy in here. Yeah, I see what people are saying, dude. Yeah, that's. Can someone give that guy? I know he's banned, but can someone give him the Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas? That'd be great. He needs to read that like 30,000 times. There we go. Yeah, Coinbase fees $5,000. Yeah, really. Seriously.
Yeah, that would be about right.
Yeah, what exchanges have like the best fees that have a nice platform? You know, where you have, you know, I'm not talking Robinhood. I'm talking like, you know, how much better? Like, what has everyone experienced in exchanges with fees?
I think it depends. Futures versus spot. Because the futures, a lot of people trade in futures.
Yeah.
And that's a whole different situation, whether they realize it or not.
Oh, super derivative, yeah. People are saying KuCoin. FTX is free. Someone said BitTrue.
What do we use, Mitch? What do you use?
I mean, I use Coinbase Pro, you know. I mean, like, I'll take a position, you know, I'll set myself up, and then I'm done. And then I'll either get stopped out or it'll play out. It's pretty simple. I don't know. I mean, like, there's no stress involved. It's just robotic, you know. What do you use?
I actually have a couple of brokerages, which someone actually,
I used to
some
use
of your
Binance,
people,
but
yeah, well, some of your people last year told me to get off of one exchange and spread out, diversify for security reasons. So Binance, Gemini, and Coinbase Pro. I was just on Coinbase Pro, but then I kind of moved out and got on a Gemini. Sorry, Gemini's not, honestly, the fees I think are kind of high on Gemini, but I'm holding on. Those are some longer term positions.
yeah. You can always transfer, right? Your
Yeah,
position.
you could transfer wallet to wallet, sure, but I mean, in case
before you
something
sell,
gets hacked or,
right? Yeah.
I mean, I just hearing these nightmare Coinbase. Well, there was those nightmare Coinbase stories of, and those were people who were using their phones and they were clicking on some link that they were sent, and then they would get hacked into their Coinbase account, and then get their account drained. And I think again that was mostly people using cell phones. I never use cell phone to trade, and I recommend that people only trade on computers on the station. But
talk to Paul T. Webb about that. You know, it's like, oh, she can't believe that's even a thing. You know,
trading on the phone, yeah.
Yeah, because it's the mentality thing, right? Remember she talked about it was just like it's not about just like, oh, I can trade on my phone on the fly. And she made that in our interview, right, talking about the soccer game, and it's like, dude, your mindset is not on trading, right? You know, you need to be in a battle station in an environment. You're conditioned in an environment to stay focused on a particular task at hand, which would be trading, right? If you're not like at your trading station, your mind's going to be all over the place, and it's innate. It's like not something you can even help. It's not your fault, and you don't have ADD. It's just if there's a bunch of distractions around you, dude, yeah, you want to try to trade in an environment that you're comfortable with, that you're familiar with, that you've done it a bunch of times, and then muscle memory, all that, right?
Yeah, no, maybe if you already defined your levels and you know your positions, but if you're trying to follow the markets on a phone, you know, I think you got to rethink it. What's going on, Ninja Girl? Ninja Girl just stepped into the chat.
Ninja Girl, the chat.
On? Yeah. Hey, I owe you an email. So
what's up, rocket scientist genius? Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hold on, we got something. Up the stakes. Coin flip. Oh man. God, I'm so screwed, man.
Hoarder.
I'm so screwed, dude.
Crypto_hoarder tipped $506.
What are we having for breakfast, Crypto Hoarder?
Of the stakes.
Beer.
You're down there in Australia, right?
Oh, he's super American.
Oh, I thought he was Australian.
No, Crypto Hoarder is super American.
Nice. All right.
He's like us, man. I don't need to show y'all. It landed on heads. God, man. Man. Crap.
Meanwhile,
on Bitcoin, not too bad. 44,283. We're on the cusp. We're at the precipice of an enormous crossroads. Or is it crossroad? It'd be crossroads always, right? Because they're crossing and they're two different roads. It's plural always. There's no such thing as a crossroad. One could not crossroad.
Just chilling out and enjoying the very epic stream with extremely much value. Having a beer now and maybe you also a drink with me/us here? Smiley face.
Oh God,
spin,
dude.
Cool face. Grimacing face.
Yeah.
I'm super Australian. God.
What's up, Australian Pleb? Sorry, dude. Normally, I forgot to turn it off. Okay, I'll just spin, I guess, for Arnie, man. spin again too. This in before chug. Here it comes. In before chug. I mean, I'm not gonna have a problem with any of this. Thank God. Ooh, it was close. I'm not having a problem with this when we get a confirmed partial decline, but we're so close. I just feel like if Volkowski was with us right now, he'd be like, I don't think so, man. I don't think we have quite yet. We're close. But no, yeah, we got to get that guy on our streams, man. We got to reach out. We got to get him comfortable and let him know, you know, what we built. And my God, if you're him and there's like people like disciples of like all your life's work, wouldn't you be like wanting to do like that's what we kind of did with you in ways, right? We studied your work, all that, and I mean, and we were doing the right things, right? That's why you reached out, right? We were doing the right things.
Well, you were a TA show, and then you were popping harmonic patterns with you were talking a lot of Wyckoff, you were talking the MACD relative strength, and then you were showing patterns too. And yeah, I watched you for 2 months before I even reached out to you.
Interesting.
So maybe he's watching right now under a pseudonym. Dude. Are you lurking?
Dude, Volkowski. Nah, he's out in his backyard with his dog planting things and writing exotic erotic books. You saw that, right? You know what I'm talking about?
What?
No. He has a passion for erotic writing, like 50 Shades of Grey. He has a book called From Boardroom to Bedroom. Hold on. I have to show this. I have this, and I hide it because if anyone comes to my place and they see this, they're like, okay, this guy's into some weird stuff, man. I'm like, nope. It was a gift from Probes. Probes sent this to me just for the memes. Hold on, I'll get this.
Marbob 6, you hit it. Right, me and Volkowski and the butterflies. That's hilarious. No way. That kid. Ah, boy, that's really something, folks. That's really something. 88.
Okay. All right.
88.6 shades of gray.
Off, so you know. Yeah, right? So you know it's not a joke.
This is a thing. Are you kidding me? This is a thing.
You know that's him. You know it's him, right? That's the man. And then...
Yeah.
Bedroom. Sabor. I'm gonna read a page of this, okay? This is the...
Wait, that's from
Thomas
No.
Bulkowski, I swear to God. Right? Thomas... Oh yeah, Bulkowski, baby. That's him! Okay, so we'll read the first few sentences and see how far this takes us, okay? If you have ladies in the room, please let the ladies step out of the room. Me? There's going to be issue. Ninja Girl, you gotta get out. Get Ninja Girl out of the stream. Mute the stream, Ninja Girl. Okay. Listen, chat. Here it is.
This is a detriment to technical analysis.
I know. I was like, yeah, I can't believe it, dude. You just don't publish it. Just write it. And here we go. Chapter 1. Lowell, Massachusetts. Mid-1980s. I should have called the police. Gina stood in her apartment and looked out the sliding glass door across the lawn to the maples, standing in line like soldiers at attention. I'm not going to think about what happened, she said in a voice struggling to reach a whisper, a raspy sound even she didn't recognize. But she did think about it. A lot. She was tired of reliving the assault, tired of the nightmares, tired of the pain she felt with every movement of her neck. Even her hair hurt, as if every strand frayed when Clint dragged her toward the bedroom 5 days ago. How can her hair hurt? She wondered, but it did. Her hands curled into fists and tension mounted in a race with stress to reach some unknown peak. Teeth clenched, nails dug into her palms. Pulse raced. That was the first page, or chapter 1. All right, I don't know if I'm going to go any further.
Wait a minute. No, come on. I mean, this is the guy that wrote the encyclopedia
of chart patterns. That's right. And evolution of a trader.
Not my patterns. Not my patterns. I want everyone to know that he's not representative of the harmonic patterns, and I confronted him on it, and now I know why I had a problem with him.
His image popped into her mind. Clint. She didn't tease him. She didn't lead him on. Gina was a woman who enjoyed touching and hugging, but not with Clint. Something about him stopped her from acting that way. When he started getting too familiar on their date, she told him to stop and fled. I'm not going further than that. That's it, dude. Okay?
No, this is really, and it's not really going anywhere, but listen.
A lot more wheel spins going to be needed.
If you got that much time.
Bro, he's like retired, right? It'd be like if I stopped streaming, you know, like you can trade.
Sold a lot of... Listen, I'm going to say something here. And I don't know if it's him, but there's a lot of guys that I've met that fit that mode, okay? Guys that have produced books. One guy...
I thought you were about to be like sexual deviancy. Like, well, yeah, I guess so, man. You get bored, you start getting sexual. But you're saying like publishing
I'm
books.
just saying these guys that do books, and I did books, okay? But I didn't do books to do books. And I did books because these were scattered over across like almost 20 years because it was just kind of like... was in my brain, the ideas that I wanted to gel and get out there. But first of all, I'm never going to write a romantic novel. Okay, so forget about that.
Are you sure?
The book guy, look, there's so many of these book. I ran into so many of these book guys, and Bukowski was around from the 90s. So, but I never ran into him. But people like Martin Pring and Steve Niss, I met these guys, and they're good guys. I'm not just trying to disparage them, but they did a lot of books. Like a guy like Martin Pring, I met him at a show in 2002 in Vegas.
What book did he do?
He did like 10 books. He's done like 10 books on technical analysis.
But no, I'm saying, did he get into the like not technical analysis publishing?
It's just that I find that guys like this who have time to do lots of books or write a romance novel, are they trading? I mean, how much are they trading? If you're writing a romance novel, how much are you trading? And if you're retired, that's great. Okay, but are you trading now?
I think Bukowski's talked about that. He doesn't really trade much anymore or something, right?
Okay, how much of a trading was his career? That's I think a fair question for anybody that's going to produce a book, material, whatever, and talk about markets, about relevant strategies. And I just absolutely think that that's something where...
I can't believe you didn't know this, though. I can't believe you didn't know he... I thought I had told you. I thought I had like brought it last year to you, like in Miami or something about it. I don't know, like...
No, I don't remember. It's so off the charts, quite frankly, that it's, you know...
It's unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable, right? I had to like show you the book on stream for you to be like, oh, I now believe it, right? Yeah, I get it. It's crazy.
And he put his face on the back cover.
He did. That's what the same picture in like on the chart pattern site, patternsite.com or whatever his website. Yeah, dude. Let's see what it says. Bukowski is an internationally known best-selling author of 9 investment books and more than 130 magazine articles. Bedroom to Boardroom is his 4th work of fiction.
No.
He grew up in Syracuse, New York, but escaped the snow and clouds to head south and defrost. Oh my God. He chases cars with his bicycle for exercise, watches birds and other critters visit his backyard, and profits from trading stocks. His website is thepatternsite.com. That was the little bio on the back of the book. He's defrosting, though. Does it say where he was? Nah, it doesn't say he left New York and went to Florida. I would assume he's in Arizona, I believe, because we reached out to his publicist a long time ago when I was just starting. I had like 1,000 subs.
There's a lot of guys in Arizona. I lived in Tucson, Arizona for 20 years, and that was coincidental. But I met so many of those stock market guys in Tucson and Phoenix. Arch Crawford, who was a pretty famous Astro guy, I met him a long time ago. Of course, Mark Douglas, ran into Bob Miner.
Did you ever run into Bob Lazar, maybe? He was over in that area, New Mexico, you know.
Bob, he was in Las Vegas. He was that
Bro, we got to meet him,
right?
Man. I want to talk about aliens.
That's a pretty cool guy.
Get him on the stream. Like, you know, extraterrestrials in the zone. Be legendary, dude. Wow. Best podcast. But yeah. No, I think he's over there, you know.
This is really something. This whole look, there's some unique characters in the investment community, and I'll say it this way, okay? There are a lot of people who are doing stuff like that are the educators, but the really interesting characters are guys who are do stuff like they'll do weird things with lots of money. Okay, that's how the real eccentric traders.
Yeah, so
One guy comes to mind is Martin Armstrong. A friend of mine worked with Marty Armstrong in the 90s. She worked in. This is somebody I want to bring on your stream. I'll tell you more about her another time. But it's a good friend of mine. She's a well-known technician. But she worked with Martin Armstrong, and so his crazy story was that he would take settlement in his trades, in his profits, not in cash. He'd make them deliver it in physical gold to the office. And those are the kind of crazy trader stories, not guys who are writing romance novels that I want to. Martin Armstrong is a guy everyone should look up, by the way.
Good quirk. This might be a bad quirk.
Yeah. A good quirk is is taking settlement of your profits in gold bars at the office. Bad quirk might be writing romance novels after you just
erotic romance, not just normal romance. We're talking, dude, that first chapter I just read, that's bad, dude. That's like hardcore. Talk about, I'm almost like, what am I reading here? Abuse, sexual abuse, but it wasn't sexual abuse. It was just down and dirty, whatever. I don't know, man. Yeah,
I don't. Look, the book for what I've seen. Okay, because there's been before the internet and before all the mainstream software and everything, the chats and everything you folks are accustomed to. Okay, back in the day, before it was, how did you get your market information? Is you bought books, you bought seminars, you went and you listened to talks, you met in groups. It was all on a on-site type of thing, and you study at home, and you didn't have the interaction we got. I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't have mainstream internet. You had pre-2000 internet, which is way less consolidated.
There was no internet. You had no internet. You would get mailed things, and you would be getting your information through your broker or newspaper, and then you were learning through books and then going to see people speak. But what it was is a lot of these guys put out books, and they looked really good, and they did speeches, they did their presentations, and it looked really good. I met a lot of them. But then when you got into really what they were trading, how they were trading, what they were doing to make their money, most of them, I won't say most, but a lot of them, just selling the books and doing the show, the Dog and Pony Show. And that was 1992, 93, and even into the mid 90s, you still had that going on. And then once we got into where people got online and you're trading online, and then people were really showing what they're doing, then that changed the game, and it just wiped out all of these guys that were, maybe he sold them.
You got to show the work, right? I mean, it's one thing to say what you're doing. It's just more about showing the reason, showing the argument. I don't know, man. It's like you take a math test, and then you have all the right answers, but then you don't show your work, and it's like, well, you're gonna fail, right? I don't know. I feel like you do the right things, you get a good grade on the math test, and you show your work. All right, you're okay. You're vetted. I feel like just kind of what we do. Yeah.
It's like being a pilot. No, it's like teaching somebody how to fly, but you're not a certified pilot. And that's really, there's so many of those people that, I'm not saying Volkowski is,
that'd be
but
scary.
When I did meet the guys and ladies and gentlemen that were really doing it and making good money. I mean, these people were busy with the trading all the time. Where it wasn't, it was never about books or anything like that. And then it's like, what are they doing with their time? If they're not trading the markets, a lot of these people are they've got their, maybe, I don't know, sports betting or they've got some action going on. And it's about the money. It's about the action, the trades. It's not about, oh, here's the latest theory, or here's something I, was thinking about 6 months ago. And that was my problem with him. That was my problem with Bulkowski, because I talked to him about the butterfly. I thought he was disingenuous about the butterfly and his statistics, and so, but I'm not. It's not no skin off my back, because I know what works. But when I see stuff like that, I just cringe.
Sorry. Yeah. It was a blow to us all. Probst. I think Probst was looking up erotic books in his free time, you know, and it just so happened he ran across it, and that was it, dude. He was like, I know that Thomas Bukowski. Is that the same Thomas Bukowski? And then the news broke to our community. It was kind of like that, right?
I'm not trying to cancel. Somebody's trying to say, am I canceling Bukowski? No, I'm not trying to cancel Bukowski, but I'm just saying it's
interesting. Yeah.
You know, you got to be. There's a lot of regurgitated material that. Here's the other thing about a lot of the new books from the day. This stuff was written 80, 100 years ago. You know, Wyckoff did a lot of this stuff, and I know Bukowski covered a lot of the Wyckoff stuff, but go back to that stuff. Go back to the stuff from the 30s and even early 1900s. There's a lot of great material. The foundation material, which is the source material, which is what should be studied, in my opinion.
Well, the thing is about the source material, they didn't put did they put in as much research to these chart patterns as Bukowski in these encyclopedias? Because I mean, I think he, you know, despite what he did after, you know, I mean, it's just statistics, right? It's just like him taking, you know, data from a bunch of different charts, hundreds and hundreds of charts, and he just recorded the results of like.
But his measurements weren't even close. Yeah, I confronted him on like his butterflies. His butterflies weren't even close, and they didn't even understand type 1, type 2 dynamics. He couldn't quantify the profit target.
See, I don't even,
generating stops.
That's like going to a steakhouse and asking for something that's not steak in that steak seafood arena. You know, it's like, can I get a grilled cheese sandwich at a steakhouse? It's like I don't think he certainly doesn't specialize in harmonics. We know that. It's interesting that he mentions it or even brings it up. That's what was, because I thought he didn't even talk about him, but then you started talking about he did bring him up. What was he saying about him?
I'm sorry, about what was that?
No, so I remember there was that discrepancy about what he said about the butterfly.
He came back with this kind of straight answer that was his research, and his research showed, without even, you know, qualifying what he used to constitute the metrics of what's a butterfly. And why won't you talk to me about it? Because, you know, I defined the thing, and if you want to see how it works, I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you how I do it automated on my program, because, you know, not only do we have the right metrics and the right proportions, but, you know, we account for the type 1 reaction, the type 2 reversal, and we understand why that stuff is so important. And if you don't understand that simple differentiation, that you get a reaction move, you get a reversal move, most patterns give you 2 opportunities, and you're not willing to even hear me out on that, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna have any time for you. I'm gonna have any time for you for a guy like that. I don't care what his reputation is, because if it comes to harmonic patterns and you're gonna take a shit on it, then I'm gonna have a problem with you. And so I see this romance novel, I feel a lot better. I feel vindicated, because
I think like
not that I needed to.
I think like I know he like briefly touches on it, but when you do all these studies on these structures of consolidation, and you just have them and you just research them without context of other things, like think about an ascending triangle that ends up making a higher low, and on that higher low in the ascending triangle near the end of its development, right, it shows hidden bullish divergence. I think like that would skew the results, right? That would make it like probably a stronger pattern. But then he researches another one, and he's not looking at the oscillator, he's just looking at the patterns, and that one played out. But underlying context was the hidden divergence on the weekly time scale or something like that. And then he researches the next one, and the next one was terrible. It was like bearish convergence. It wasn't showing an edge at all, and that one failed. You know, like, so that's like the thing about it for me is like Bukowski is just like a harmonic alone is one variable. Bukowski's pattern alone is just one variable, right? We need many variables. We need multiple things. We need not just the harmonic, not just the ascending triangle itself, then the inflection point, then the divergence, then the time scales, like the multiple time scales implying the same thing, right? Like classic divergence on one, hidden divergence on the other at that inflection point, right? At the near tail end of the development of the structure, right? I think it'd be cool to do research again on assets that had like everything we covet and want or need before we make the strongest trade, right? It'd be cool
Yeah, and that's
to
we
revisit
want
that.
confirmation. You want some kind of confirmation. I don't, even if you were doing Elliott wave, I would still say if you're going to count waves, get some kind of confirmation variable. If it's relative strength, MACD, something that gives you a complementary extreme reading that is reactive enough to be tradable. And in my opinion, and in my work, with what I've done, and I think most of you know, and most of you know harmonic patterns, how hardcore I've been about this and how much detail to get it right, okay, is where you have to make those differentiations. You have to find those special situations, and they don't happen every time, all the time, but that's what our job is as traders. Find those areas. My software does it automatically, but I'm still looking for confirmation at those auto-generated patterns. And yeah, you bake the cake. That's a good one, Crypto Cartel. You bake the cake, and that's a great way to say it. You put many metrics together to define the opportunity.
Look, who just tipped? Clint, right? He made her hair hurt. Clint's the guy, remember? Yeah, it wasn't so bad.
And how many pages is that book? I mean, that's a lot of alone
Ask
time.
Jeff, he would
writing
know.
like that.
414 total.
What?
Yeah, imagine writing a book
400
and not making it 420
400
pages.
Wait, yeah, I mean,
Really?
everyone knows if you're going to write a book 400 pages, you'd make it 420.
Yeah,
but it's 400
not
pages.
414. Yeah, like the substance ends. It's not really. It's like the end is 410. 410. It says the end.
Has he ever heard of Tinder?
Yeah, dating app. Pull
Or
up
maybe that was
spots.
before Tinder.
Way before Tinder. Well, actually, I don't know. When was this published? Let's look here. Let me lick my lips like the t-shirt. 2019. Oh my God.
Oh, really?
Just before COVID. You think, okay, I get it, man. It says 2020. He got locked away. The Renaissance, there was a plague. And why do you think the Renaissance happened? Everyone was scared. Everyone was like isolating. People were dying all around. I'm not getting around anybody. I'm not dying to whatever this magic is killing people. So they stayed indoors and they wrote, and the Renaissance occurred out of the plague. So I can understand. And it said 2020 published. Get it? We're locked down. But no, this was before COVID, dude. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, there's other characters. I'm
Interesting.
not even gonna. I appreciate that someone's putting something else that a lot of people discovered harmonic patterns through other people before they got to me, and some of the people claim to invent the harmonic patterns, and then people discover my books, which has been part of my whole trip. Maybe Bulkowski's, not as bad as some of these other guys, but if you're not going to be true to your research, you don't want to. I mean, I gave him plenty of opportunity to say, hey, I'd like to talk to you about this. Then I just really wasn't interested.
He big timed you, dude. I get big timed. I reached out to Willie Woo. He ghosted me. Yeah, I get it's like I don't even reach out to people, but like maybe I might because I respect somebody so much. I really just want to maybe see if they would come on the show to talk, but. You get ghosted, man. You get people this big time you. Now, there's a guy who lives here who's like a huge Twitter guy. I don't remember his name. He ghosted me. I'm like, dude, really? You're gonna big time me, man? It's like, what? It's like, okay, dude. Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'm no authority on anything, but you are. But I'm gonna get another beer on that note. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah, grab that. Well, look. You're still here trading.
Yep.
That's it. That's all you gotta figure out.
Where did that come from? What the? Whoa, dude. I was about to go get a beer. Dude, so random. My action card from college was on the ground. I haven't seen this in where did this come from? Look, this was me at the University of Alabama, okay? My freshman year. Dang, dude. Patrick Emray, the action card, dude.
Hold
I
up.
have
There you
no
go.
idea. I have no idea where this came from, dude. It's so weird.
That's funny. Look at that.
I'm glad I still have it. That's cool, but it just literally existed here.
You look younger now.
Yeah, it's like I didn't even age, man. This was me like, I think 18 years old or something, 19. No, maybe, I think I got a new one. So this was like after football. So I think this was like, I was like a junior, 2008 or something. Yeah, weird though. Well, where did it come from? Anyway, all right, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Scary. Oh, I was using it as a bookmark. That might have been it. It might have been in the erotic book. That had to be in it. I've been doxxed as an avid reader. This is my 8th time reading this book.
You know, I'd be real scared if there's an audiobook for that Bulkowski romantic novel.
Let's check it out.
Self-published. I mean, look, I know what it's like to self-publish a book, and it's, you know, it's kind of a personal thing, and it for me, I was really, I did it out of the love for the charts and the trading, but, you know, I think when you try to self-publish those kind of books, put yourself out there.
Hold on, I'm looking.
That's why I'm surprised, because a guy like that I thought was, in terms of being conservative kind of people are out there.
There are people that talk about it. I'm looking here. Hold on. Yeah, there are a lot of reviews on it, I guess, but nah, there's no like formal. I don't think there's a formal audiobook on it.
The reviews are
I should hit him up and be like, I will narrate it. I will be the one. I will do it. I might do it for free.
414 pages later.
Yeah, just do it for the memes, dude. Yeah, there is no audiobook on this on YouTube anyway. Oh, get wrecked, Bitcoin. Good job going to 44,390 and now you're at 44K. Yikes. I remember my first pathetic pump of ever.
I'm not worried about that.
Probes, you're gonna get. He really will too. He's like, all right. He's going to the, you know, California Publishing or whatever, the public library. I don't. Where do you go? You go to.
From boardroom to bedroom.
Why do I need a bookmark, dude? I didn't. I literally tried reading a page and I turned it off or I stopped reading because I'm just like, dude, this is not my type of reading. Okay, I like, hey. Tolkien, nice.
Someone sent you the book?
Yeah, Probe sent it to me as a meme, as a joke. Like, you know, he just high IQ jokes. Because it's hilarious. I mean, it was literally hilarious. Because he brought it up and I'm like, no way, I don't believe it, man. He like just sends it to me. I'm like, oh my god, dude. Use the coffee. Oh my god, yeah, dude. Use the coffee tip streamer voice to read the book. Exactly. Crypto order. I'm gonna change the right now is what I'm about to do. I'm gonna change the TTS on your favorite tips to be it. Okay, it's gonna be so easy. Hey, have you heard the coffee tip? Someone tipped 1669. I'll owe you or something. Hold on. Let's see. Variation settings. Where's the 500? There it is. Okay, this should be easy. I can't remember the name of the voice though. Maybe it's. I gotta find out. Here it is. So listen, turn the audio up.
Clearly, there is only one way to voice this book.
All right.
Oh, you should have typed more, Batson. Why'd you just type? That's it. The longer the sentences on these 1669 tips, the better, dude. Okay. So try to like write like. Someone like start taking excerpts from the book and tipping that, okay? Let's see, where is this? Why can I not find the variation? Dude, I have like Look how many variations I've got, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look this up.
That's a lot of variations. Why can I not find 16? Is it called something else like Irwin? Irwin Coffee, that's why. Okay. The name of the TTS on that is... It's Matthew. Okay. Matthew. Nice. Okay, Justin to Matthew. Easy fix. US English. Oh, there it is. Okay. If you tip your favorite amount that you normally tip, it's now the awesome voice. Why do y'all turn my lights out, dude? I don't know why the app does that sometimes. Like all my look at my lights are just out. Let there be light. There we go. Okay, I'm supposed to chug this. I'm gonna like drink it really fast or something. I don't even know if
Crazy.
how did you just, Brad? You just broke it. Like it was, everything's supposed to turn green. I'm gonna chug like half or something. Today, Bitcoin going from green to red, from bedroom to boardroom. No, from boardroom to bedroom, from 44.4 to 44 and lower. Yikes. Hello? Oh no!
When I discovered the new pattern, I named the pattern upside down, inside and around. It worked 69.69% of the time.
Why did it... I must have turned it back on. I'm sorry, dude. I turned it back on as soon as I noticed. Okay.
Oh boy.
Ugh. It's so tough drinking fast out of bottles, man. It can't. Oh, I ordered filet mignon, lobster bisque, and lamb for dinner. So that should be pretty good, man. What are you having for dinner this evening, Mr. CARNEY, man?
Tonight I had some pizza.
Pizza? What kind of toppings do you like on your pizza? Your favorite? What's your ideal pizza?
Pepperoni.
That's it?
Yeah,
You're so vanilla.
I know, but it's a damn good pepperoni pizza.
Oh, dude, I love pepperoni too, right? But if it's like dream pizza, it's like pepperoni, extra pepperoni. But then, like, maybe, like, dude, if I could get, like, strips of, like, ribeye steak or something on there, and then, like, and then maybe some lobster on there, and then some steak. I'm sorry, then some onions and mushrooms. Holy crap.
But when others unearth her secrets and
Yes,
shadows
some of
move
those
into
heavy
the
ones.
light, will romance survive the journey from bedroom to boardroom?
Yeah, I straight up pepperoni, New York style.
What about extra pepperoni?
Yeah.
What about extra cheese?
No, not really. You know what? I am used to. I'm from Philly. Spent a lot of time in New York City, so those single slice, thin slice pizza. You know, I grew up on that stuff.
Ninja Turtle vibes?
Probably. Yeah. Pretty much. Exactly.
People like pepperoni with ranch. Dude, I mean, like, I've eaten pizza with ranch can be unbelievably good if the ranch is good. Yeah. I mean, it's a good combination.
Good combination is chicken wings with ranch dressing and a pepperoni slice of pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
Put that together.
Those complement each other, certainly. Crypto Hoarder, look at that. See, you thought he was Australian? He was born just outside of Philly, man.
Oh, get out of here.
So you, him, and who? Rocky Balboa.
Yeah,
Let's go, dude.
so, yeah. Oh, Philly like the back of my hand. Would not need a GPS in that town.
All right, so if you knew it on the back of your hand, if he was born just outside of Philly, where do you think he's gone in Philly that he would know?
Where Crypto Hoarder would be.
Yeah, where
have
he's
gone
where
to
he had
in
hung
Philly.
out in Philly. Once in his life.
Well, everyone has made at least one stop down to Pat's or Gino's cheesesteaks on South Street for sure.
Crypto Hoarder, Gino's. What was it? Gino's what?
Gino's or Pat's. Pat's is the original cheesesteak place on South Street. So you got Gino's, you got Pat's, you got Jim Steaks on like what's that 4th and South.
That's
That's amazing.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air too, maybe, right?
Yeah. Oh, what's his face? Yeah.
Will Smith
what's that guy's
Connect?
name? Will Smith, Philly guy. Yeah.
Phillips Cheesesteaks on Pasyunk. What is Pasyunk? Is that a road?
Passyunk.
Passyunk.
Yep, cheese. That's the street in South Philly. Yeah, on Passyunk. I forget what the cross street is. It's a famous thing. It's a famous eatery. You got the 2 restaurants. You should Google it.
Has
The 2 restaurants.
Has Philly
next to each
like
other.
declined
Yeah.
a lot, like in quality of? I mean, is it a place where you would? Oh God, here we go. Hold on.
Gina followed him with her
Brent,
eyes.
I'm from the
I hate
Northeast
men.
as well, man.
All men.
I'm not
She looked
just
down at his
outside
left
of there.
hand,
Actually,
ring
Bucks County.
finger. The pale skin where his
Northeast
wedding
outside of
ring
Philly.
used to be flashed a warning sign to those
Dino's
knowledgeable
and
about
Pat's
male
are for
tactics.
tourists. Yeah, maybe, but they're pretty damn good steaks still. Jim Steaks is probably the best.
Do they? I mean, what kind of steak do they use on the Philly cheesesteak? You know, is it skirt skin? What is it?
Yeah,
Skirt
it's either
steak?
that or it's like a sliced. Who knows that? What is that cut of meat that's on there?
What is that cut of meat? I mean, sirloin.
It's like a skirt steak, but it's they chop it up.
Why does
It's
no
damn
one
good. Sliced
flank
ribeye,
steak?
that's-
Flank steak. Crypto Hoarder said.
No, it is. I think it's a sliced ribeye. I think it is a sliced ribeye. They make it like really thin and then chop that up. And someone's saying they're from Roxborough. Roxborough's got what's that place in Roxborough? It's amazing because I went to school right outside Roxborough. I went to high school in Philadelphia. I forget what the place is. Alessandro's on
Alessandro.
yeah, that Delisandro's on. I forget what the street is. It might be on Roxborough Avenue, but that's like the other one. That's like super low key, but that's a legendary one.
Man, this is such a terrible idea. Going down this rabbit hole of eating when I'm like starving. Food's on the way, or it's being prepared and on the way. It's right down the road, but yeah. So would I go to Philly for a vacation just for the food? Or is it worth, or is it not worth? Candidly.
Oh, geez. Philly's a nice place to visit.
It is?
I think it's a good place to eat. Everyone should go to visit Philly at least once, but there's other places in that area. I would go. I like DC. I really like going. I don't like the people in DC, but
Yeah, dude, that's like...
the cities are pretty beautiful.
Dude, that place, man, now is like Marxist
Mitre, respecting
headquarters.
the DA, turned my voice back on and I turned her back on.
Yeah, Philly's
After
got the
massaging
colonial
pain
thing.
out of her
So that's
hair,
the
I
thing
began
about
to discover
downtown
more
Philly. You've
patterns
got
and then I became turned on.
Independence Hall, you got the
Everybody and
colonial
everything was
buildings.
turned
I
on.
spent a lot of time down
Voice.
there. It's a
Cool
really good
voice.
vibe. So, but now there's a lot of nastiness going on right now.
Yeah. It's like all the universities. Like, oh my god, look at all these beautiful buildings. Oh wow. It's like, well, yeah, it was built by people, and now there are other people that didn't have anything to do with their construction and with completely different ideologies. Yeah. Completely different. Wow. Yeah. Unfortunate.
I left Philly in the 80s, so I've been out of there for decades.
I'm not bright red. What are you talking about, Ninja Girl? Oh, did you just
Got a
get
red-
back? I told her to
Red
leave.
light on your face.
Red light. No, she
red
needed
light.
to leave because if she was going to read... See, y'all don't need to be tipping that because that voice and also reading excerpts of the book is... Ninja Girl will not survive the evening. Okay? It's going to be too much. I'm surprised. I'm glad this thing's working. This little the app's so cool. Is the light though? Is it too much? Is it distracting? Is anyone distracted by this light here? This new lamp. I needed something to go there. Like there wasn't enough room for a piece of art. I don't think it would have been weird. You know. I don't know. Christmas tree's perfect right there. So looks like a street light. Of course, Mr. Luddick loves lamp. Everyone loves lamp. Oh, I'm red at the TTS. Oh, yeah. I of course, yeah, that would make me blush, of course, a little bit. It's a little sexual, I mean, for sure. God, I keep hitting my head on my microphone, man. How's the what is it, Dewards, right?
Yeah, the Doers is good.
Doers.
I had a second, just on the rocks, straight up.
Where is Doers out of, though?
Well, that's a Scotch whiskey.
A Scotch whiskey? But, like, where? Like, where is it, like, made? Scotland?
Yeah, I think so. I have to look, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's where I'm going. I'm going to Scotland next month.
When? Really?
Yeah. I'm going to England, man. 2 weeks. Going to Scotland,
Nice.
Manchester. I got like 40-yard line tickets to the Liverpool Everton rivalry game. It's like the Iron Bowl, but for Premier Soccer. Well, you know, one of my best friends like is obsessed with soccer for some reason, and his team's Liverpool. And I'm like, you know what, man, let's go. I got him a ticket. We got us both tickets, and we're gonna go hang out with Crypto Glasgow, which is there's some influencers from Glasgow, obviously. We're flying in there and hang out, shoot the S with them, party, live stream with them, drinking games, and then from there we take a train down to Manchester, and then across the way we go to Liverpool for the game, and then my friend parts ways, and then I continue my journey and take the train from Manchester all the way down to London, and I'll spend about a week in London.
Nice.
So it'll be fun. It'll be good times.
Very nice.
That'd be
Been
weird.
to Europe. I have not been to England. I've been to Europe. I've not been
man.
to England. I need to go there.
I mean, that's probably part of where your bloodline's from, right? Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot bit.
I'm definitely Irish. Well, CARNEY, obviously, but CARNEY, my ancestors had a K, not a C. Kearny or Ney, depending on who it is. There's a CARNEY, Ireland up there.
CARNEY, Ireland. Wow.
Yeah. That's KEA.
CARNEY with a K.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, have you ever done 23andMe or anything like that?
No, not
should.
really. I think my brother did a little bit. I have not really.
Well, I mean, if you did a little bit, he did it, you know, like, and like my sister did it, right? So if your brother did it, your sister did it, or my sister did it, like, that's our results, you know? So I'm taking the fact that my sister and me are both like redheads. We're definitely siblings. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll just take your results. I'm not going to pay if you did it, you know? So like
Mitch, I'm stoked I can virtually go to Europe with you. Buy me a pint.
I will buy you a pint. Thank you, AJ. So my largest, like the strongest concentration of my blood, I was surprised about, is literally London, right? After that is then, of course, Glasgow. Then after that, Cork County, Ireland. So I'm like, not a mutt, I'm a UK mutt in ways. But again, highest concentrations English. And I didn't know that. I thought I was like, oh man, I have Scandinavian, but not much. And nothing really. I'm like literally an English person, Scottish, Irish person that lives here in America. So yeah, you have an ancestral awakening, you know, so it'd be cool. Like, to just know like where it's at.
Yeah, I think my brother does have the results. I just didn't hit him up for it, but yeah,
Dude, get him, yeah.
stuff
Get him, man.
to know.
Hoarder's 90% German, dude. You're German, dude. I'm like, I have some German in my blood, for sure. I guess that's why I like BMWs or something. But yeah, it'll be a fun time. I mean, it'll be like the second time I've ever left the country, really. So, If you're English and you're not a crazy psycho, you know, maybe hit me up. Maybe we'll hang out, but maybe not. You know, I don't know.
Do a
man.
London meetup.
A London meetup. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm gonna be there a week, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot to do too.
We got to do a meetup.
Well, we will. We should. I think late summer. Late summer.
Yeah, or maybe the fall. I really was gonna. A couple of months ago, I was trying to put it together for April.
Well, we were thinking about Miami again.
Yeah.
Because like down there, made connections with people.
Yep.
And still have connections with people down there, right? So it was either going to be like Vegas maybe or Miami again, but I'm like, man, Miami, that's where the people are that I know. So I'd like maybe just, you're there too. I want to go to that steakhouse again. You order the same effing thing. Yeah, so that's what Brad and
Miami
we're
Beach
talking
is
about.
on lockdown right now.
Oh yeah, state of emergency. Well,
unbelievable.
yeah, that's what happens when you've got, I don't know, a generation of people that weren't raised right. I guess I don't know. It's bad. Dude.
Five shootings. This is what happened. Were 5 separate shootings Sunday night, and so they instituted a curfew for the week. But that's just for the spring break craziness. I think it's going to be the last year, because after last year and this year, no. But that's right down where we were, wasn't the stuff that went down. Things that were showing on the national news was about 5 blocks from where we were having dinner. So,
dude,
it's a shame.
Man. Yeah. Well, I'm not going spring break, thank God. Isn't the Bitcoin conference like next month?
It's in 2 weeks. I think Ninja Girl, you said you were coming down. I think she told me a while back, and maybe some other people are coming down. I looked at it. I might go over there for a day and go check it out. I haven't looked at it too much, but I might go over and see some speakers. I thought last year I was literally front row for Jack Dorsey, and I thought that was worth it. And a couple other people that
I was in bed still. I was literally in bed, and I know like you and everyone else. Brad, I think, had left. Everyone like went. I'm like, dude, we went out. We went so hard the night before. I'm just like, I don't care, man. Jack Dorsey's gonna say his thing. That was the whole thing for me. It was like I had so much fun, but the least amount of fun I had was not the conference, but being in the conference and sitting down in a chair at like 9-10 a.m. with my whale pass. I still right here. I have the whale pass, like on my webcam. But that was the least amount of fun. Like, cause I'm not saying I don't believe in Bitcoin. I truly do. And crypto, it is the future. But does it come out like? Does my passion get drawn out from cryptocurrency technology and cryptography? It doesn't. It's charts for me, right? And going to that conference, 98%, 99% of people there didn't care about what we like, what we have a real passion for. They cared about I'm in it for the technology, right? They weren't there for, why we were there, kind of, right? So, that's what I'm saying. If we had a TA Expo, I'd be freaking out. I'd be like, all right, everybody, let's go. Getting up at 6 a.m., getting ready for the TA conference, but it was the Bitcoin conference.
We should do something like that. We should do like a hardcore like chart day, a couple presentations, do some strategy stuff, and then do a social event or something like that. But the Bitcoin conference for me was seeing the guys, and I didn't really even know the players like I know them now, but I saw Pampliano, Kaiser was there, Jack Dorsey, the Winklevi were there, a couple of other guys were there, so a lot of like the really big name guys that I saw them at that conference last year. So I'm much more impressed now about who was there last year, knowing who these people are now, that I think I came away a better understanding of who the players are, and that these people were really committed. That was
we also Max Kaiser. We left that one room. That was when I think Ninja Girl. No, Ninja Girl was before. I think it was the other, that side room, right? It was when we met up, you and me and your brother, and we all congregated, and then we got our drink, and then we went inside that side tent, and then we left that side tent. I was just, oh God, that was the most boring part of the entire thing. I'll never forget being in that one tent. We're all there. We can't talk to each other, which I wanted to do. We were separated because there were limited seats, right? And we're just sitting there. I'm like, listening to these people talk. I'm like, I can't. This is awful. Like, and there was no internet. Internet was terrible. Couldn't get reset. Dude, it was just like, oh my God, get me out of here. Let's just go to the beach and party and talk. We can talk about charts though. It'd be nice. But when we left there, that's when we all saw Max Kaiser, right? And everyone was trying to get pictures with him, and I was like, we're not gonna bother the guy. Like, I'm not. Yeah, he's, The good news is like, hey, you're a nobody when you do Bitcoin live every day for 4 years and you show up to a Bitcoin conference and no one knows who you are. That was nice. It was chill, super chill.
And those guys are, look, that's a whole different level. And knowing, it's like Sam Fried. Okay, he's another one who's really popped up. That young kid who runs FTX, and he was there, and he's worth billions now. But the thing that I really got from all of these guys that were there, I mean, obviously on paper, they're billionaires, but they were surprisingly committed to Bitcoin cryptocurrency in a way that impressed me, where I was like, okay, it seemed, I came away thinking Dorsey, is really committed to Bitcoin. It even seemed like, to me, and
that was before he stepped down from Twitter.
Yeah, but this was before. I was like, wow, he seems more impassioned about Bitcoin than even Twitter. And then he stepped down from Twitter like a month later. He's like, I want to focus all my efforts on Bitcoin. I was like, you do? So, you need a couple more Michael Saylors to really get this thing going. You need a whole bunch of billionaires to really support the float. That you've got holders, real stakeholders in Bitcoin, but you do, and it's for that it was interesting, and I don't know who's going this year, but if there's some good people, I might go over there because I'm in town.
Yeah, where's Ybor City? What is it? Ybor City?
Ybor City.
Where is that? Pennsylvania? What?
I don't know what Ybor City is.
What are you talking about, dude?
Where is that? Is that Philadelphia or Florida? Tampa?
He'll answer in a second. He's still here. Tampa.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near Tampa. I'm in South
Ninja Girl
Florida.
and me went to Tampa. We went to the aquarium. Dude, that thing was huge. Insane aquarium. Don't go to Ybor City. Sounds like Florida City. Don't ever go to Florida City either. It's like extremely impoverished and like crime-ridden, right? It's the very tip of Florida, southern tip, right?
Yeah, right before the Keys.
Yep. Don't get wrecked, everybody.
Yeah, but do go to the Keys.
Ybor.
If you've never been to the Keys, go to the Florida Keys, people.
Yeah.
If you've never been to...
I hear some good things, man. I mean, I know I've heard other things too, but yeah, like how could you go wrong with the Keys? Ybor, yep, not Ygor. Sorry, Ybor. Yeah, Destin. That's I've been to Destin and New Orleans probably more than anywhere else in my entire life in terms of traveling. So that's like where I'm from, and T-Town, Tuscaloosa. Yeah, Destin and New Orleans. You also saw that tornado that went through New Orleans. Holy crap, that was scary.
New Orleans is just always seems like an out of time, crazy moment is about to happen. I don't know what your experience has been down there, but every time I've been down there, I find myself a little too inebriated somehow, and with some weird shit going down. New Orleans is a crazy town like that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the southern Sun City, man. It's strippers and alcohol and food and culture. My God, it looks like my food's here. I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately, on a Thursday night, we've gone. I mean, this is a 3-hour, 35-minute live stream. There's not going to be a Patreon hangout tonight. I mean, how can there be? Right? I haven't eaten dinner. I'm on like my third beer. It just can't be. And if you don't think there's value in the Patreon because of me missing a Patreon stream, that's messed up, dude. That's like unfair. That's like really unfair. Bonus content. You know, I was live twice today, right? Me and Scott Carney were live this morning, and now we're live now. Hold on a sec. I gotta answer this. Hold on a sec.
Go get that. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go get your food. I too probably will roll out as you let you go eat. But yeah, our stream got cut off today, so we went about 50 minutes and I got cut off. So you guys can check out that on my channel. We just did Bitcoin like we did today. We talked about here, but it's, you know, it's there. And literally, as I said earlier today, this is like the first day, really the first day or the first 48 hours. So let's see what happens. Get back into some crypto action.
All right, sorry. We're good.
But yeah.
What happened? What were y'all saying?
I'm just saying this is just wrapping it up, because just explaining, you know, what we were on earlier today, and that you know, pretty much killed it on, wrapped it up with how critical this Bitcoin thing is, and I think we were right there. And
we are right there, but we hadn't broken out. That's the main, dude. All you've done is look where you are. Don't get cocky, kids. Don't you dare get cocky till we break 45K. For real. We need a $7,000 impulse candle. We need a news-driven catalyst.
You do, but you've got, look, you could look at this zigzag stuff for the last several sessions, last week or two. That's really exactly the kind of stair stepping you want. You don't want a big thrust first. You want a stair step,
and then consolidate,
out,
chop around,
and then go.
Last points of supply or whatever. You're in that last phase. Yeah, I mean, like if you look at the Wyckoff model, it actually shows that kind of. Hold on, I'll show you real quick. I mean, you know it. I'm just for everyone watching. Hold on. It will show it right. Chunk. Okay. Like Wyckoff accumulation, where, you know, look at that. Yeah, that's, you jumped across a creek, mind you. Though maybe it's not exactly it, but you did jump across the creek, and you have stair steps from the bottom to the top. Now it's like you got to get, this is 45K. You want to break 45K and chop between 44, 45K for a little while before you test it and hold it, and then phase E takes us to $53,000, right? But we might be at that backup last point of supply area, right? I mean, that's maybe something about.
Yeah. It's interesting.
We need a sign of strength, though. Signs of strength, SOS. The strength would be upthrusting through the resistance and then back testing it for a minute, just for confirmation, and then we rally to the next level, which is 53K.
Be interesting to take that Wyckoff model and then just trace out the ratios that he did annually. You know, just even though he's showing just the structural moves, what are the ratios he was getting to? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Scott, sorry, hold on a second. All right, sorry, dude. Was having some issues with how to get up here. Should just drop all the food. So you there? Hello?
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, sorry.
I'll let you get going though, but I do need to roll too. But
All good, man.
yeah, thanks again for the stream. Thank you, everybody. It was great. And,
No, man, thanks for coming on. And I mean, if you want to do it next week, of course. I mean, I'm always down to be doing Thursdays with you. So just you let me know if you're too busy. That's okay. We can do it 2 weeks from now, whatever you want, man. But I'm down with next Thursday if you are. So
yeah, let me see how it goes. I might, if I have something, then we'll definitely do it in 2 weeks. If not this Thursday coming up, next week we'll definitely do it.
Might depend. Like, it might be mandatory if we're at 53K. You know, by Thursday we gotta.
Yeah, I mean, if things happen, we'll do an emergency stream. So.
Yep. Okay.
Awesome.
Well, bro, dude,
All right, people.
Thanks for coming on, man. Love you, dude. And yeah, man, just God bless you and your family, and just keep on trucking, bro.
Thank you. You too, everybody. Everyone, take care.
I'm gonna get
Have
you
a great one.
I'm gonna get you a copy of
Yeah,
Bedroom to Boardroom. Okay.
We'll
Don't
read
tell your
another
wife about
page.
it though. She'll be glued to it. All right. So.
We will read another page next time. So.
All right. Yep. Next time we do a stream, we'll read page 2. All right. All the way. Promise.
Yeah. Keep it handy.
Good Lord, man. Well. All right, man.
Take care.
God bless.
We'll talk soon. Yep.
All right, chat. It's you and me. My food's here. What a stream, man. Almost a marathon stream. We're about 18 minutes from a marathon stream, so we have a mini marathon stream. We're a few beers deep. All is well. Thanks for coming out. Look, man, at Bitcoin, you know, the thing is, I told Crypto Hoarder, if we hit 44.4, I'll go live whenever it is. Well, we're kind of like there, and we're not doing anything. I'll tell you this. I'll augment that, and I'll be like, if we're breaking 45.5 or something tonight, I'll go live randomly at some random A time. I'll do it, dudes. Okay? So you want to be in the Discord so you get notified when I go live at that random time. Or you just pay attention to the chart, have an alert set up. If you hear 45.5 beep go off, dang, man, Mitch is probably going live. If not, you know, I'll just be back tomorrow at the same time, right? So. No, I got filet mignon, not ribeye tonight, so it's okay. We'll make do. Times are tough, dude, right? We saw that live cattle futures, so. All right, well, seriously, love y'all, for real, best community in the world. Crypto Hoarder, thanks for this 712. The common session top Jesus, man. But maybe one day to top Jesus. 45.444. Yeah, dude, I'm saying 45.5. Like, I'm not going live when we see 44.444 again. We just saw it like a second. I'm talking, we're seeing the top again. I'm go live, all right? And maybe it's only for 30 minutes because it's bull crap, but you got my word. If I hear a beep, look what I'm gonna do, okay? Chat. Add alert at this horizontal ray. If we touch the ray, you do it too. We hear the ray, I'll go live. Okay? And oh my god, no! What the? Sorry. I'm gonna do that anyway in 10 seconds. That's where my freaking thumb was, okay? But anyway. So if we do it, we'll be back. If not, until later, respect the tea.